You're watching the Dusty Show. Let's fucking do it!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night! And if you ever forgot some shit, because you got high, because you got high, because you got high, let me hear you say it! Woo! Welcome to the greatest one-man show in this dark simulation. It's the Dusty Show. Thank you for joining me. Fuck yeah! Finally, some good news for a change to report. Afroman! Top story I had to go without tonight. But what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope you're good. Haven't seen you guys since Tuesday. We did a very special Tuesday Dusty Show, and it was a hit as always. So tonight, got another giant show because we got an extra day fucking to cover. We got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so another big one tonight. Thank you for joining me. Hey, what'd you guys get up to this week? Folks, big announcement. Now, I know no one's going to give a shit about this, but I'm so excited. The last 3 days, I finally began production on Simulation Theory, the animated series. I did it! So those of you who've been watching this show for a few years know that I've been talking about this Simulation Theory forever. I have decided in my head I want to do a TV show. I want my own TV show. I've been wanting to do this for fucking, like, decades. But finally, with AI tools, I can see in the future I'll be able to do this. So I've been practicing, putting out music videos and showing you guys the progression of the tools and whatnot. I have a plan. First, book. Write the book. Make sure you have the story down. Second, do the audio book, which I released. I got better versions of the story now. Done a couple of rewrites, but still got that done. And then third step, start the alpha version of the animated series, Simulation Theory by Dusty Smith. I did it. Spent 3 days working on it. I only have 1 minute of footage. And it's very, very alpha. It's very preliminary. But every great journey begins with one step. So I'm fucking excited. This is the first step. Hopefully, I'll end up with a TV series when it's all said and done. Only 1 minute so far for a show that's going to be probably 10 plus hours long. But you got to start somewhere. So, folks, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you the 1 minute that I did. The intro, the amuse-bouche, the teaser for Simulation Theory. This is the first actual minute of the show. Going to be the first minute of the show. What caveats? I know it's not perfect. This is an alpha. This is placeholders. The tools aren't quite there yet, but they're there enough to kind of rough in a basic outline, basic characters. And then when I get the framework done, when I get all the show built in alpha, then the tools are rapidly going to accelerate. And I'll be able to just apply what I already have to those tools, and it'll be a lot fucking quicker. So this minute took me 30 hours to produce, but as the tools get better and better and better, it's going to be real quick. It's like how they took like 40 years to sequence DNA, and now they can do it in like 10 seconds. So that's what's going to happen, folks. So anyway, enough talking. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the first minute of my future hit series, Simulation Theory by Dusty Smith.
Lost in the fog, gasoline and fire burn it to the ground. Concrete and dust, ice cold smile, watch it all burn down.
Kyle! Wake up! Get the fuck up! Kyle, open the fucking door! God damn it, Kyle! Get the fuck up! God damn it, Kyle! Get the fuck up! Jesus, man, did you see it?
Eddie, what the fuck is going on, man? See what?
Christ! You haven't seen it yet! I just finished it. I've been watching it all day. Everyone's been watching it!
Watching what, Eddie? Dr. Marcus Gray. Marcus Gray. The Plague Doctor?
Yes? The fucking Plague Doctor!
They're playing it on a loop on every channel. It'll be starting over soon.
You have to see it from the beginning.
And that's it. That's all you get, folks. A little teaser for Simulation Theory. And I'm excited. I know nobody cares. Who knows? Who knows where it may go? I heard that they just paid Ben Affleck like $100 million for his new AI studio. Maybe I'll get hired. We'll see. So anyway, I can't turn on captions. I don't know. Probably not. First time that video's ever been shown to anybody ever. So internet probably doesn't have the captions yet. So anyway, Yeah, I'll be working on that for the next couple years. I'll keep you guys posted on how the fuck it goes. And all right, let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. Exciting times. We needed this win this week, and we finally got it. But first off, super chats are open. Lifeblood of the show, folks. No questions dodged. Every question answered on the super chats. If you like my show, I'm an independent journalist. I'm a historian. I'm just keeping track of all this shit that happens before the powers that be, memory hole, history, basically. And no one knows what the fuck's going on, which is happening rapidly, which we're going to cover tonight. So if you enjoy what I do, please kick in a couple bucks. And also, Patreon. I noticed my Patreon is $1,000 less than it was a month, which is bad. So please help me out, folks. If you like the show, I'm 100% user-supported. Don't let no ads on my show. I don't let no sponsors tell me what to fucking say. 100% sponsored by you guys. So thank you in advance. Throw a coin to your Witcher, Super Chats, and Patreon. And all right, let's go and kick the motherfucking show off, folks. Hell yeah! Gonna start you guys off with a little Afroman! Folks, I've been fucking sleeping on the Afroman. Only thing I ever knew about Afroman was because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. And that was it, one hit wonder. Never paid no motherfucking attention. This guy, my new spirit animal. Holy shit. The new hero of the internet. So let me fill you guys in. If you guys don't know anything about this, goddamn, you're in for a treat. Man, I can't believe how fucking great this is. So, Afroman, rapper, musician, has a YouTube channel, makes a lot of money off his YouTube channel, just writing songs about his everyday life. Next thing you know, police show up at his door, knock his fucking gate down, break his fucking door open, because I guess they claim he had a bunch of drugs and was human trafficking or some shit. But we all know cops are fucking criminals. They probably thought he was going to have a lot of drugs up in there, a lot of money, because, he's a rapper, and they could just steal some of it. The more money there is, the more it's easy to siphon off a few bucks for your fucking self or steal the drugs, because cops are fucking criminals. We are ruled by criminals, right? Bunch of fucking meth heads, bunch of piece of shit. But fortunately for him, he didn't have no drugs on him. Of course, no fucking human trafficking. And there wasn't enough money for them to really skim a lot off of, but they did take a couple $100 that they got caught for. So the next thing you know, they're caught on his security cameras. Busted. Breaking his door down. Breaking his gate down. So this fucking genius motherfucker, since he has the footage of them on the security cameras, decides to make music videos just lambasting and mocking the fucking shit out of him. It's so fucking funny. They're so good. In fact, the cops got so mad, they sued him, and there was a lawsuit, a trial this week. So we're going to go through that. First off, we're going to start with the song Lemon Pound Cake. Now, this is the big one, folks. This is the one that really went viral and got everybody's attention. And this kind of explains the entire story of how they broke down his door. And one of the fat cops looks over at his mama's Lemon Pound Cake. And holy shit, the guy's name is Lemon Pound Cake now for the rest of his life. That's his new nickname. So it's pretty catchy. It's to the tune of Under the Boardwalk. If you hadn't seen this, let's play a couple minutes of Lemon Pound Cake.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound cake. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice.
Of what? Of what?
Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound cake, trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake, he's a family guy. Lemon pound cake, munchies because he got high. Lemon pound cake, pound cake. He's a Adams County Sheriff. He's hungry and he's big as hell. He was sniffing for weed. Then he smelled another smell. What was that? Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice.
A slice of what? Now!
he wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound cake, trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake, he's a family guy. Lemon pound cake, munchies because he got high. Lemon pound cake, pound cake.
Woo! All right, that's good.
He sees.
I can listen to the whole fucking thing. It's so good, so catchy. What an earworm. Nailed it. So we're just getting started, folks. Holy shit, if you hadn't seen this. Good God. So, next thing you know, the police are suing his ass. Worst mistake they ever fucking made. Don't know what they're thinking. If they thought the attention this was getting was bad before, they ain't seen nothing yet. They just wrought all kinds of ridicule upon themselves. So they sued this guy for, millions of dollars or whatever. So first thing they did, that cop, Lemon Pound Cake, that song was about, they put him in the stand and made him listen to the entire fucking song, y'all, in front of the jury.
Ask a couple of questions. So, Mr. Cooley, sorry, Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You were
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Afroman, his fans sent him lots of fucking pound cakes. Holy shit, that's so epic.
Okay. And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but...
You know! We saw the video. We know where he got it. He was looking at that pound cake, Fatty. Fatty likes cake.
Well, I'm going to play what's marked Defense Exhibit V. I'd like you to watch this.
Okay.
Watch it! Watch your humiliation! As you get roundly fucking trolled. So, in fact, play the whole thing for this motherfucker. Sit there and make it. Watch it!
Stop it there. So you've seen Exhibit D, correct?
Mm-hmm.
A couple times!
You would admit that's you with the glasses?
That's you, Fatty! That's you. Eyeing that pound cake. So, the next thing you know, there's another woman who was one of the cops. No, this is not her yet. We're not there yet. Don't get ahead of me. So, one of the deputies who busted down Afroman's door, Rando L. Waters, another one of the gentlemen you saw on that fucking videotape, probably trying to steal some money, buy some drugs, these fucking criminals. Afroman made a song about him, claiming that he fucked the guy's wife.
Randy Walters is the son of a bitch. Yeah, that's why I fucked his wife and got filthy rich.
So then,
it's my dough. Stop stealing my dough.
Stop stealing his dough.
Stop disconnecting my video. It's my dough. Stop stealing my dough. Stop stealing my dough. Stop disconnecting my video.
Did all that. So I thought he was just trolling the guy. It's funny as fuck. I fucked your wife, right? Wasn't serious. Then they literally got this guy on the fucking stand. And they asked him, hey, did Afroman fuck your wife? And I think Afroman might have fucked his wife. I'm just saying. He didn't say no. Let's have a look.
So you're claiming that is the defamation statement, is that he said he had sex with your wife?
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light?
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You never asked her, hey, you banging Afroman? She never told you no? You don't trust your wife? How don't you know? Dude, Afroman fucked this cop's wife.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
Yeah, motherfucker, let's go.
Because you said we don't know.
I've been with that woman since middle school.
Shotgun!
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there.
I would hope she would, but I don't know.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of? Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Ask your client.
Hey, the client said he fucked your wife, so I guess that's that. Pound Town, so fucking hilarious. Once again, the greatest trial of all time. And we're not done. We're not fucking done. Then he puts out a song about a cop named Lisa. Lick 'em low, Lisa. Also caught on camera breaking his gate down. Here's his song about Lick 'em low, Lisa.
Lick 'em low, Lisa. Lick 'em low, Lisa. Pussy like pizza. Sometimes she won't lick 'em low, Lisa. Lick 'em low, Lisa. Pussy like pizza.
So then they put Lick 'em low pizza, Lick 'em low Lisa up on the stand, make her watch the song Lick 'em low Lisa for 13 minutes while she's crying on the stand.
You really don't know her. I noticed her voice is a few octaves lower. She's not too ugly. She's not too fine, but she's might whip out something that's bigger than mine.
This is live from the court, by the way. So here she is. She's on the stand crying. They cut to her from the video, and she's crying, oh, Lick 'em low. Poor Lick 'em low. You know, everywhere she goes, people are like, is that Lick 'em low, Lisa? Is that Lick 'em low? What's going on, Lick 'em low? How is this real life, folks? If you need any more proof, this is a simulation. It cannot be real. God, the God programmer has a sense of humor. It's fucking funny. Meanwhile, then their lawyer got up on, I guess this is final word. Here's what he had to say.
Mr. Foreman posted that Lisa Phillips likes to have sex with other women. He used other words. She ate my ex-wife just like pizza. Pussy, 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 eating, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Over and over, thousands of times on the internet.
All kinds of pussy.
People saw it, people laughed, people from out of state. But people here in Adams County would sometimes yell at her when they saw her.
Oh, hey, Lick 'em low!
Lisa Lick 'em low Phillips. That was his nickname for her.
You ain't gonna arrest me, are you? Lick 'em low. Come on, Lick 'em low. You gotta let me go. I'm just saying. It's the law. So fucking hilarious. And then one more. Then I guess he claimed that he fucked this guy's wife.
What did she say exactly that this played into the divorce?
She was tired of hearing about it. People asking her, is her husband a thief? Or how could he do something like this? Or...
Has Mr. Foreman's posts about Sean or any of the general posts about the Adams County Sheriff's Department as a whole affected your life any at all?
No.
Nope, he's lying. Like a cop
So
does.
the posts never affected your life, never affected your marriage?
No.
Sean, she's a Sean, grooms, girls, high on shrooms, drops, his fruit of the looms, and cheap, hotel room, Vinny bang, bang, ding, ding, dong, fucks him with brooms. Sean Grooms. On my head, he placed a bounty because I named him the Hunchback of Adams County. What do you call a cop that stop crackhead when and then make them drop their panties? So a pig can squeal the penis plea deal. Pulls over a broad and say, we can do this the hard or the hard way. Easy way is the hard way. Sean's fucking crackheads all day. Sean Grooms, I understand. I'm Afro, also a man. Just like you, I cheated on my wife. Just like you, I fucked up my life. Unlike you, I take accountability, but you don't have the ability. Sean Grooms, girls high on shrooms. Blame me for his divorce. Hotel room. But his ex-wife Rhonda said he was having too much intercourse. Hotel room. Sean Grooms, girls high on shrooms. Is an Adams County cop. Hotel room. He has sex on duty. High on shrooms. With every drug addict he stops.
So Epic, Holy shit, there's a war going on, but this had to be the top story. It's so fucking good. So then they asked this guy, I guess it was another victim of his trolling, that he called a receding hairline dipshit. And he's like, hey, how did that negatively affect you?
Can you tell me what fact about you that receding hairline or dipshit refers to, please?
I'm sorry?
What private fact of yours does that refer to?
I mean, there's a picture of me and see here, talking about.
Why they all look like this? Holy shit. Don't you feel safe?
I wouldn't trust him with methamphetamine crack ass alone in my house.
So
I find that pretty insulting.
So that statement is what you're suing on?
Well, no. I told you this is one of many.
Well, and that's why we're trying to find.
You keep trying to make it singular. I'm telling you it's not singular, it's plural.
Okay, and so one of them is dipshit, one is receding hairline, and the other is meth.
No chin, have a motherfucker?
Yes.
Is there any more?
Fat Tubacoon Walrus?
When he's sitting there making accusations against the organization that I, at that time, was working for.
Your organization?
Destroying community
You mean the
trust,
fucking
all
pigs?
based off of a lie.
You said this was referring to you. Where's your picture in this?
I said.
So that guy, and there they had Afroman up on the stand. Here's a few highlights of what he had to say.
And the more lies, outrageous lies you tell about them, the more money you can make, right?
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't have came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
Yeah, they're actually the bad guys. They're the ones invading your fucking house, trying to goddamn rob you. He's just making YouTube videos. How is he the bad guy here? So, next thing you know...
It's been an emotional case. It's been... In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed.
No money for the pigs! Afroman wins! Hands down! And while he was standing in court, so sweet. Single teardrop falling from his eyeball. Vindication! No millions for the pigs, and just the opposite. I heard he got a record deal. Another record deal out of this. He's gone super viral, as he should. He's going to be more popular than ever. The pig's going to be ridiculed more than ever. They made a horrible mistake. Fuck yeah, then holiday, celebrate, celebration time.
Yeah, we did it, America. Yeah, we did it. Freedom of speech. Right on, right on. Yeah, God bless America. Yeah, power to the people. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah,
fuck yeah!
we did it,
a true American patriot, Afroman, and memes! So many memes everywhere, folks. Everybody now, for the first time like me, discovering Afroman's music. Like Tony Soprano, driving around listening to the new Afroman. And one more Afroman clip, just to show you guys he ain't all about comedy. He's actually a bad motherfucker, this Afroman. Talk about oral farming. Watch this shit. Those feet move. Woo! Dude just got it. Feeling it in his soul. You go, Afroman. I'm feeling it too. So, hooray! This week's hero of the month, Afroman. Yeah, he's the week's hero of the month. Fuck y'all. Love that shit. Best story of the week. And goddamn it, we do need it. Because everything else is garbage. Everything else sucks shit. So, shit in my bay while I find what I can. Hell yeah. Look at that shuffle. I know, nice guitar, everything, baby. He's the full fucking package. Love me some Afroman. And all right, we're along, folks. Only took 20 minutes to get through Afroman. Worth it, worth it. Clip it. Next up, hey, I moved everything over to the new hard drive. Maybe it won't lag. What? It's the economy, stupid. Little bit of lag there. Little bit. I saw it. I see you. Fucking computer. First off, on the economy, dog shit. That's what it is. So, Jerome Powell, he is the Fed chairman, came out and talked about whether he was going to raise or lower the interest rates. Spoiler alert, he's not going to lower the interest rates. And why? Why would you do it? It's because Trump has destroyed America. It is dead. It was already dying, but he just finished it off. No new job creation in the private sector, according to the Fed chair.
The thing that I think good number of people on the committee are concerned about is just the very, very low level of job creation. If you adjust what has been the trend job creation over the past, let's say, 6 months, if you adjust that for what we think, our staff thinks, is the overstatement due to overcounting, effectively there's zero net job creation in the private sector.
Zero net job creation in the private sector, just like it was in his first presidency, folks. But we are a nation of imbeciles, right? The Beavis and Butthead generation, so doomed as doom can be. Meanwhile, in a sudden turn of events, U.S. 12-month inflation expectations have surged to 5.2%. That means things are going to be 5% higher than they were last year, folks. As high as they already are, as insane as all this shit already fucking is. We literally did the worst thing at the worst possible time. And here's your tariffs. Here's your gas hikes. 5% inflation coming at you, folks. So even higher prices, exactly what you need, right? Barely making ends meet. I tell you what, this is kind of off the subject. I went to Walmart yesterday, folks. Just bought a few things for the week. It was $300. I almost cried. You get one bag of dog food, one bag of cat food, and we have to buy like a big thing of paper towels to clean up all the shit and piss and everything. $75 just for those 3 items. Talk about struggling. Can barely fucking make it while they loot our goddamn society. Even over there on Fox News, they know likey the inflation numbers.
Got $5 diesel right now, Taylor. We talked about that yesterday. That's still going up. I just throw into the mix. We've got the inflation read today, okay, so go.
I'm really, really not happy about this inflation report.
All right.
And I know it's one data point. The Fed looks through it. We try to look at 2 or 3 month trends, but this does not look good to me. And I don't like sitting here after everything we're talking about and saying, oh, well, okay, but it's just 1 month, because unfortunately March is guaranteed 95% chance to get worse than what we saw.
Yeah, no shit.
So
it's just getting started. All the new oil prices haven't even kicked into the shit.
Core goods prices are up by 0.3%. You're up 4.3% year over year. That's just core goods prices. Services inflation was up 0.6% in December, 0.8% in January.
Literally just a shit show all the way around. And people are feeling it, folks. A lot of Trump supporters mad. This ain't what I voted for. I thought you were just going to hurt trans people and gays. I can't believe it's hurting me.
I did vote for Mr. Trump. Deporting the criminals is a great policy.
Then fuck you. I don't give a shit what happens to you. I don't care. People are like, oh, Dusty, we got to mend some bridges. We got to all you. No, we don't. Fuck it. I'm just ready to all die. Not making any kind of friends with you motherfuckers.
These foundations are poured, ready to go, and we can't even start the construction on them. But we voted for the American dream, and unfortunately right now we're not seeing that.
For months, federal agents have been sweeping up workers at construction sites in South Texas.
ICE has raided us anywhere between 10 to 15 times throughout different subdivisions.
Now, work sites across the Rio Grande Valley have ground to a halt. And that's got some Trump supporters in this midterm battleground changing their minds.
These people would just show up to our job sites with no warrants, taking all our workers, even the...
Your brain is hanging out and bleeding to death. It's too fucking late, okay? Sorry.
Workers with proper documentation.
Many who work in the construction industry here told us they largely rely on immigrant workers, some of whom are undocumented.
Get out.
DHS did not respond to the Times' request for comment.
Fucking morons and lots of this schadenfreude.
You know, he pleaded to the people, make America great again. Make America.
And since I'm the dumbest motherfucker ever, I was like, I vote for the felon. Are you old, libtards? Are you old? Put the felon in there. It was so hilarious when I was doing it. Oh, I was so high and mighty with my chest puffed out. And you should have seen all the libtards crying. It was great. Hey, I'm going bankrupt. My kids can't fucking eat, but it was totally worth it.
Tearing America apart right now.
Fishermen here in Cortez, Florida are pissed off with the president who many of them voted for, and they're angry because of skyrocketing diesel prices.
I'm really scratching my head because I voted Republican, and most of us in the fishing industry
did. He literally destroyed the economy last time. He left office with less jobs than he fucking started office with. That never fucking happens. He added 40% to the monetary supply in 22 months. The entire fucking economy was shut down. What the fuck?
And we're not seeing the positives come out of it.
Get the
now,
fuck
before
out.
the war in Iran, gas coming from this pump in Cortez was going for $3.29 per gallon. Now, gas from this pump is closer to $5 a gallon. And for boats like this one, Len,
couple gallons, you ain't got to worry about it anymore. And yeah, this is basically all of them. You idiots elected a con man to the presidency not once but twice, and now look at you. Can't afford gas, farms going bankrupt, mass men shooting Americans in the streets, and your kids are dying in Iran to distract from the Epstein files while his family makes millions, dumbasses. And yep, we are being utterly fucking destroyed. We have a parasite that's infected us, and we have no defense against it. It's just going to kill us like a cancer that kills the host. And we don't even have a functional society anymore. This is the TSA security wait time in Hartsville, Jackson, Atlanta International. 90 minutes long, folks. None of this was going on in Biden's administration. Fuck Joe Biden, hate that guy, but, you know, look at this shit. Everything grinding to a halt. As Kyle says, the country simply doesn't function anymore. This is Republican rule. Economic crashes, tax cuts for the rich, cuts to services, new wars in the Middle East, every single time. And yeah, but what are you going to do, folks? If the country is not smart enough to fight back against it, you just fucking die, right? Meanwhile, Postmaster General says stamps are about to become $1 each. Yeah, that's got to be good for shipping rates, right? That's got to be good for sending letters to your grandma or whoever still takes mail. I don't know who does that still, but somebody does, right? $1 a fucking stamp, y'all. So, of course, they're going to raise their rates, and then FedEx going to raise their rates, UPS going to raise their rates. Everybody going to raise their rates just right along with it, not just because they oil, but because they did. The other ones can't compete by raising their rates, so they will. Only going to push up goods and their prices much, much more. And then China halts exports of fertilizer. Fertilizer was already rocketing in price because a lot of it comes from like diesel. A lot of we need like petroleum products to make our fertilizer. So no more from China. China halts fertilizer exports. While farmers in the United States face shortages, so going to be worse and worse and worse. The farmers that do survive have to get a lot more for their fucking food, right? Prices going to rise and rise and rise. Inflation just getting started. Over Malaysia, they declared U.S. trade deal null and void because the United States was illegally threatening them with tariffs, right? And now that the Supreme Court has ruled, they can't do that anymore. Malaysia's like, fuck y'all. Hey, we're not going to be bullied by you and your illegal, stupid ass shit. In a major blow to reciprocal tariff pacts, Malaysia Trade Minister Daku Sarajari confirmed the U.S.-Malaysia agreement on reciprocal trade is no longer there. Why would you make a deal with Trump anyway, though? Because it's not worth the paper it's written on. It's not worth the fucking ink. His word doesn't mean anything. He has no honor, so what's the fucking point? Meanwhile, I don't know if you guys heard it, but Israel attacked Iranian oil refineries. And Donald Trump, for the first time ever, angry about it, chastising Israel because all it did was send oil prices up. And you guys might remember, Donald Trump's entire economic playbook to get prices down, to bring inflation down, was to bring gas prices down. If gas prices come down, inflation will come down. If gas prices go up, inflation goes up. That's all he had, folks. And even this, not working out like everything else he touches. So Israel bombed some oil refineries in Iran, and as retaliation, Iran bombed the oil refineries in Qatar, which had major shockwaves throughout the oil industry. And Donald Trump finally, for once, found something Israel can do that'll piss him off, put out a message that says, Israel, out of anger for what has taken place in the Middle East, has violently lashed out at a major facility known as South Pars gas field in Iran. The United States do nothing. We do nothing. We didn't do it, Iran. Don't bomb Qatar. Don't destroy all the oil refineries in the Middle East. Don't destroy the infrastructure. Please, we'll suck your dick, Iran. It was Israel. They the bastards. Get them. So anyway, Donald Trump's like, I demand Israel never do this again. And they will not, because they really listen to me. I'm the boss here. Nobody believes you, Taco. Next thing you know, Israel firing back to throwing each other the bus. Israel's like, contrary to Trump's statement, senior Israeli and U.S. officials said the United States had prior knowledge of the Israeli strike and even approved it in an attempt to pressure Iran. What? Trump was lying? Get out. Of course he was, right? But he want to make it to where Iran quits bombing, so he'll say fucking anything. And so the next thing you know, Iran attacks wipe out 17% of Qatar's LNG capacity for up to 5 years. Qatar didn't think they was going to be attacked, even though they're the ones who are bribing Donald Trump with a free $1 billion airplane, right? They're the ones in bed with the fucking criminal, buying up America for pennies on the fucking dollar. They thought Donald Trump was going to protect him. They thought getting in bed with the fucking devil was a good move. And a lot of these Middle Eastern countries, they're willing to turn a blind eye to the genocide of the Palestinian people, to the murder of tens of thousands of Muslim children, because they think the conservatives in America are going to protect them like they do Israel. And also they think they can buy up America cheap as shit, which they have been doing, and make tons of fucking money. And they didn't think they were going to get attacked. But joke's on fucking you. Iran's like, hey, you want to be buddy-buddy with the U.S.? You want to sell out the Muslim community? Fuck all y'all. So they bombed. Iranian attacks have knocked out 17% of Qatar's liquefied natural gas export capacity, causing an estimated $20 billion in lost annual revenue. They just built this refinery, guys. One of the most technologically advanced refineries on the earth. The Qatar gas CEO said we incurred a $20 billion loss at the facility we built for $26 billion 2 years ago. $26 billion in 2 years gone. That's what you guys get. Cozying up to Donald Trump, lay down with dogs, you're going to get some fucking fleas, assholes. And now you out a fucking $1 billion plane, morons. And yes, the world's most sophisticated gas processing plant took 14 years to build.
Hello, you guys.
So not going to be rebuilt anytime soon. Even if they do stop the war tomorrow. This is going to have repercussions for decades to come. It's going to have inflationary pressures for decades to come. Talking about an incredible fucking mistake. But hey, no one's talking about Epstein anymore, folks, right? No one's talking about the secret police anymore, not even me. So he doesn't give a shit. He's still making billions. What does he give a fuck if the economy collapses, or if we can't afford to drive to work, or we can't afford to feed our fucking families? As long as we're not talking about pedophilia, right? That's all he cares about. And breaking. UAE announced, this is not even Qatar, this is the UAE, announced its gas production is now zero, and operations at major gas facilities have been suspended. So no more oil. I guess they're keeping it for themselves, whatever they get out of there, what little they can refine. Then Iraq declares force majeure on all oil fields developed by foreign oil companies, oil ministry sources. So force majeure means that all the contracts they've signed with American foreign oil companies are null and void now. Basically, it's something happened that couldn't be foreseen, like an act of God or something. So all contracts are null and void now. We don't owe you any penalties for breaking them. We don't owe you fucking shit. Good day, sir. We say good day, sir. So that seems bad. Oh, no, y'all. And next thing you know, let's check crude oil prices. $98. Year to date. So this is just since January, folks. Just since January. Look at that. 71% higher in a little over 3 months. Are we winning yet? Woo! Woo, baby. Fuck yeah. That bodes well for our economy. No one going to be affording steaks anymore. And yeah, across the nation, gas prices now over $4 a gallon in multiple states. People really feeling it. But you voted for the felon, so whatever. And a lot of videos where people feeling the pain. Sticker shock at the gas station. Let's watch a couple of them.
People out here taking pictures, they don't even believe it. $8, $8.21. You might as well get you a horse.
Bro, what you doing? It go right there.
Bro,
it's
got
not
$6, bro? Yeah,
bro,
they could pick that shit up. Now, I am not paying $9 motherfucking dollars for gasoline. No way.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Oh,
I'm not. Who'd you vote for?
Well, I can't lie to you. This gas is getting crazy in Georgia, bro.
Good Lord.
Fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck you, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Fuck you, this.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Going up in real time.
Not gonna play with me, bro, because I'm not gonna play. And I don't got nothing to lose. I don't got no family, nigga. I don't got no kids, nigga. I don't got nothing, nigga.
So there's one. Here's another one. It's on local news. I guess it's MS Now.
This is high. 469 is definitely one of the highest I've seen it, and I've been here for 27 years now, so that's something to say. That's crazy.
Describe what you're going through for me.
Well, I just make sure that I focus to save enough money for the week to get to and from work instead of, or if I can, I'll walk to the store or take the light route
New America,
if I can, if it's not hot, but it's going to be hot again. So
it's going to be super hot. I guess you could just get a waterbed, lay on it. That's what's cool, you know. And new stickers just dropped. Iran, your gas prices up. Love it. Put them everywhere. What's good for the goose is good for the fat orange gander. Meanwhile, Donald Trump says America should be thanking him. Why aren't you saying thank you, you ungrateful Americans? Because he actually thought it was going to be way worse, y'all, okay? He thought gas was going to be way fucking higher. He did it anyway, right? He still went through it. He still bombed them. But he thought America was going to be really fucked. He's shocked at how little pain America is in.
It's all done. Everything was going great. The economy was great. Oil prices.
The economy was not great. It was bad. 1.4 inflation. Our GDP growth into last year. Inflation through the fucking roof. Not good, Trump. Liar. But anyway, this is exactly what he said during the COVID, right? Everything was going great. Then COVID hit. Wasn't my fault, baby. Now he's like, all right, it is my fault, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Were very low. Gasoline was dropping to, I mean, we had $1.99, $1.85. We had great everything. And I saw what was happening in Iran, and I said, I hate to make this excursion, but we're going to have to do it.
Yeah, I hate to make excursions. Sometimes you just got to do a little excursion and bomb a country, right? It's like on a vacation, baby. Me and my buddies go bomb the shit out of the Browns. Hey, I'm sorry you guys got to pay double at the gas pump, but we had to. We had no choice.
And I actually thought the numbers would be worse. I thought that it would go up more than it did.
And yet he did anyway, right? That didn't stop him.
But we're doing this excursion, and when it's completed, we're going to have a much safer world.
Yeah, just wait longer. That's the Trump mantra. That's all they say, folks. Oh, Joe Biden, it's going to be better. Just wait. Give us another year. Give us another year. Give us another year. 2 weeks. But he still got 100% support for people that still consider themselves MAGA, so nothing's ever going to help him. And then the Let Them Eat Cake administration doing what they do. Here's MAGA Senate candidate. She appeared here last year when she was busting the same fawning note. So basically, she running for office. Michelle Tofoya. She wants all you ungrateful American motherfuckers to know. Stop whining. It'll be fine. If you want to save money, just stop going to Starbucks.
What are some of the big issues on the minds of voters there in Minnesota?
Well, yeah, look, we've all been told that the word affordability is key, and it is. And right now, I would say, look, we had gas prices at a 5-year low, and we were really enjoying watching that. And now here we are.
Remember that 2 weeks where gas was 10 cents less than it was? Remember that? Think of the good times.
In a conflict in the Middle East, which is bringing gas prices up again. I know it's frustrating, and I know it's hard for people.
Yes.
What I would say to them is we lost some service members over there.
Think of the troops! When you're paying double for gas at the pump, when they're bankrupting not just you, but future generations to come, think of the troops. If you don't want them to murder Iranian citizens and little girls and bankrupt the country, you hate the troops.
Who have put their lives on the line to protect us, to protect the region, protect America's friends in the region.
They ain't protecting me. They're protecting pedophilia, pedophiles, and the oligarch. That's fucking it, bitch.
We can all, it used to be during the past wars, especially World War II.
Hey, let's invoke World War II, because that's the same thing as this war of choice that Trump got us into for Israel.
Americans got behind our servicemen and women, and we did little things to show our support for them.
Bitch, you guys couldn't even wear a mask in Walmart for 10 fucking minutes to keep your fellow Americans alive. The fuck you talking about?
We collected metal, we recycled stuff,
against Hitler.
Aluminum, so that we could, help in the war effort. I think right now, at least just kind of keeping a stiff upper lip. Maybe you take one less trip to Starbucks, and so that gas goes a little further.
Yeah, less Starbucks! You fucking ungrateful sons of fucking bitches. You know the reason you can't feed your kids? You know the reason you can't fill up your car? Too much Starbucks, god damn it! Just what the talking about out of goddamn touch. Holy shit. Let them eat cake! But they don't give a fuck about you. Lay down and die for Israel. Shut the fuck up. Pay double for gas, idiots. You signed up for the cult. Stop complaining. Meanwhile, Shady Vance up there, and he's like, yeah, I know gas prices are high. I know you guys are feeling a lot of pain, but our allies in foreign countries are experiencing even worse pain. So doesn't that bring you comfort? No, bitch! My friends suffering don't make me feel better. You know why? I'm not a fucking psychopath. I'm not a giant sack of shit. The fuck's wrong with you?
Is that we actually worked with a lot of our allies all over the world who are suffering from this, frankly, more than we are, because unlike the United States, where we've pursued an energy dominance agenda.
If they're suffering more than we are, then maybe we should stop fucking doing it. Stop hurting our allies and friends, not brag about it. Then Iran threatens to attack tourist sites worldwide. Hey, that's got to be good for fucking tourism, right? They say they're going to attack recreational spots in the United States, national parks, forests, tourist destinations all over the place. So if you thought tourism was not bad enough in America, it's going to get even fucking worse. I don't know if it can get worse, but I guess they're going to fucking try. Just more horrible news for the economy. But Donald Trump ain't worried about it. He's just thinking up one boondoggle after another, folks. He's doing it for the love of the game. They know America's dying, and they know that they can siphon off as much as they possibly can before it dies, right? Before the dollar completely goes to zero, we're all left with a bankrupt country. And so that's what they're doing. He's creating all these projects to waste money where he can just have these slush funds. $185 billion is the new price tag on the Golden Dome. That's like Israel's Iron Dome, but it's somehow going to cover up the entire country. Of course, none of that's going to work. It's all stupid. He's never going to do it. But he's trying to get $185 billion because when he has that money, he can siphon off as much as he wants to. He can give a lot of it, like no big contracts, to his friends who kick it back to him. He can just disappear a lot of it. He can also make sure his donors get it so they get rich, right? Make sure that left-wing people don't get that money so they can't donate to left-wing candidates. It's just win, 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 win all over the place for criminals, right? They cannot fucking believe it, but they're not missing this opportunity. They draining us dry every goddamn drop. And this was only 4 months ago. We were so young and naive back then. 4 months ago, Trump was like, all money left over from the $2,000 payments made to low and middle income USA citizens, which he's really going to do, from the massive tariffs, which were illegal and he has to refund now, pouring into our country from foreign countries, which we paid, which will be substantial, will be used to substantially pay down national debt. Thank you for your attention on this matter. It's gone up $2 trillion since he's been in the White House so far. One president alone responsible for 25% of the national debt, folks. And of course, none of that money saw their way into the pockets of the poor. Quite the opposite. It was taken from the poor. And imagine if Obama had done this. This is what Trump is focused on while we're all suffering, while gas prices are going to double. the Treasury Department is hurling forward with minting what will now be 3 different coins with Donald Trump's picture on them because he's our pharaoh. While he's alive, he's got to build monuments to himself forever because that's what's important, folks. His ego. The mint was told to make the Trump coin as large as possible, because of course it was. Don't you guys want to carry around a giant-ass coin in your fucking pocket all the time? That's what I want. I'm going to just start buying everything with giant fucking Trump coins. I'm going to piss off the cashier so bad. Members of the Federal Arts Commission voted on Thursday to create 24-karat commemorative gold coins featuring President Donald Trump. And he's like, make it huge! Huge! What a fucking embarrassment. But you know who is making a lot of money, folks? And you're going to be shocked. Donald Trump's son. What? How could this be? Last year, Donald Trump Jr. invested in a rare earth startup at $200 million valuation. Then 3 months later, the United States government announced a huge loan backstop for the company, and it is now worth $2 billion. The Department of Commerce will also hold a $50 million stake in it, folks. Nothing to see here. I'm sure everything is above board, right? No conflict of interest whatsoever. But Hunter Biden worked for Ukraine government, made $1 million a year. Hunter Biden. And fuck Hunter Biden, he could die in a fucking fire, but just shows you they ain't about shit. Could not get more of a double share than what we're seeing now, but they never cared about anything they say, right? We already know that. Meanwhile, the national debt just crossed $39 trillion. Has almost doubled since Trump vowed to erase it. Between Trump and Biden, through the fucking roof, to the moon, the national debt. And it seems like the point is we're going to default our debt eventually, I guess. It looks like they're trying to destroy the U.S. dollar, and maybe when the dollar is worth nothing, the debts will be easy to pay off with just paper money, and then we can move to some other kind of financial instrument. I think it's going to be Bitcoin. I don't know. Call me crazy. Whether it's going to be Bitcoin or not, it seems like that's what Donald Trump wants to happen. It seems like he's trying to make that happen. He might fail spectacularly, like he does a lot of shit, but that's what it seems like. And that is my economic coverage for this evening, folks. Dog shit, as usual, but what you going to do for the biggest suckers and losers in American history? What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the chat. Hell yeah. Your opinion matters to me. Where are the Democrats? Democrats ain't going to save you. The Democrats are the Washington Generals. They're paid to lose on fucking purpose. There's no hell for us. It's too late. Meanwhile, let's move along, folks. Get your super chats in. Hey, if you enjoy the content I put out, please kick a couple bucks to your witcher. I need your help. I'm trying to keep these animals alive, folks. I'm trying to keep my rent paid. Don't let me go hungry. Thank you. Appreciate you. And now, we're along. It's time to cover the war. War never changes. Any Fallout fans out there? Great game, Fallout. Also, she's so hot on that show. Ella Purnell! So hot, goddammit. Did you guys know she's not American? I'll forgive her this time. First off, on war, we're not seeing a lot of video footage because of the war blackout that's being held across the Middle East and Israel. But we did get this footage. This poor woman, warning, this is very hard to watch. It doesn't show any blood or gore or anything. But this woman filmed her own death. Iranian woman records her own death in Israeli double tap on civilian neighborhoods. What they do, folks, they hit it the first time, and they wait for people to rush in and try to save the survivors, and they kill the first responders, and they killed this woman. Does she seem like she's a terrorist? Does she seem like she's part of the military? No, they're murdering civilians. They're trying to create more terrorists, folks. Imagine what you would do if somebody murdered your family. You would do everything you could to fight back, right? And that gives them more permission. It's the endless cycle of violence. And here comes the double tap. That's it. Another civilian dead, folks. Don't you feel safer? Aren't you glad that millions of dollars of your money for each one of these missiles is going to kill poor old ladies? But they got these fucking demons in skin suits. So fucking creepy. On our major news networks trying to sell this shit. And holy God, it's just like they've deified Trump. It's beyond a cult at this point, right? It's like he's a God man And they're talking about him like you would talk about Jesus or something. Listen to this.
Senator, the Wall Street Journal reports that the Pentagon is sending 3 warships and thousands of additional Marines to the Middle East. Now, the president says he doesn't want boots on the ground in Iran, so what are these Marines doing there?
Yeah, they're going to send our boys to die. They're spending trillions of dollars. They're putting our young men and women in harm's way. It's so great.
Provide a lot of leverage, Stuart, and
There's so much leverage. Imagine how much leverage we're going to have over there if we do this, y'all.
Love the president when he keeps the reporters on their toes.
Oh, you hear that? I love the president when he keeps the reporters on their toes. Basically, he's saying, hey, Trump seems to be lying. And she's like, ha, I love it when Trump lies.
Love the president when he keeps the reporters on their toes. We shouldn't be telling people what we are going to do.
That's right. America doesn't deserve to know what we're fucking doing. Shut the fuck up, America.
When we are going to do it. But believe me, President Donald J. Trump has the best interests of the United States at heart, but he also loves our men and women in uniform.
That's right. He has the best interest of everybody at heart. He loves our troops. He loves each and every one of you. He sees you and he sees your flaws and he loves you anyway, America. Why can't you love him back? Why can't you love Trump the way he loves you, America? Just so fucking weird.
He will not engage them unnecessarily. I know that to be true.
No, you don't.
So this
You're
is
lying.
why it's so important that we do have partner nations stepping up, whether it's to assist in the street.
Creepy as shit. Meanwhile, that's what they're talking about. U.S. deploys 3 more warships, 2,500 Marines. Reuters says U.S. may soon deploy thousands of troops. CBS says U.S. has prepared detailed plans for a ground invasion. Don't know, but it looks like he's keeping the option open to send troops to the ground, which will be a quagmire. Lots of them going to fucking die. Once they do that, trillions of dollars, folks. It's another Iraq war. It's already so expensive, but it's about to balloon. And like I said, here we go. Pentagon seeks $200 billion to fund the Iran war. Now, Trump just gave them above their budget already, which is insane. Gave them an extra $50 billion on top of their budget, which they didn't even know what to do with. Pete Kegsworth was buying shrimp and lobsters and pianos and shit. Now, another $200 billion from the biggest suckers and losers. I thought they said this shit was almost over. But yet again, another slush fund for them to pick and choose where they want the money to go, siphon it off to their overseas bank accounts, and just drain us fucking dry. Every chance they get, every avenue. It's death by 1,000 cuts here, folks. It's so insane to watch. No money for cancer research, no money for health care, no money for food stamps, no money for school lunches. But here's another $200 billion for this. Meanwhile, with no self-awareness whatsoever, Pete Kegsworth gets up there and he talks about how awful it is that Iran is wasting so much money on missiles and war. Listen to this hypocritical shit.
To that point on capabilities, Iran's an energy-rich country, could be, should be.
As are we, right?
Instead, like so many other places driven by a radical ideology, they've spent that money instead of investing in their people. That's why you had millions of Iranians protesting, because they felt like their quality of life didn't match what it could be or should be.
Literally what happened over here.
And what was the Iranian state? There's a reason we call Iran the #1 state sponsor of terrorism, because they took the money they make and they invest it in tunnels, and they invested in missiles, and they invested in launchers. And
That's what we did! What the fuck are you talking about? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! We wasted the treasure of our children. We wasted the wealth of our country on all this shit. You're literally at a press conference right now asking for $200 billion more dollars. What the fuck is happening?
UAVs, and we are destroying and degrading that in historic proportions.
With money,
but it doesn't mean they won't still have some and try to hold people at issue, which is why we're
just I'm gonna get a brain aneurysm. And yet, don't worry, folks. The Democrats are on it. Chuck Schumer, we will never approve $200 billion. That's right. Get that brain fart out of your head, Donald Trump. We're never going to give you $200 billion. The best we're willing to do, $190 billion. That's it, Trump. $190 billion. Take it or leave it. Hey, we just saved the American people $10 billion for this war of choice. You're welcome, America.
What are you gonna do? Vote for the other guy? Fuck you, Chuck Schumer. Meanwhile, Representative Scott Perry got a genius idea. Hey, let's bomb the shit out of Iran and then let's make them pay for the war. You know, just like we made Mexico pay for the wall. It's really going to happen, y'all.
Whether or not you're voting yes on it. Is that what you're saying?
I think most members, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. We represent our districts, and we understand. We support I support the president. I support this action. But at the same time, we've got to pay for this. So how is this going to be dealt with? I would actually like to see Iran pay for this, whether it's $20 billion or $200 billion, whatever.
Yeah, we bought the shit out of it. You pay for it. We're going to extort you until you fucking pay for it. Of course, that's never going to happen. He's just trying to explain away the fact that he's always talking about fiscal responsibility. He's always shitting on Democrats for overspending, and he's got to pretend like, oh, I've already found a genius way to pay for it. We're just going to steal all their oil, which even if they did, that's not going to us. The biggest suckers and losers, the American taxpayer, we're going to pay the $1 trillion to invade their country. We're going to pay the trillions of dollars to steal their oil. Then the oil will be given to the oil companies, and it'll be sold back to us, the biggest suckers and losers on the planet. We get fucked in every goddamn hole. But even if we were going to do this, his whole plan is, let's bomb them and then rob them of their shit. Yeah, that's a great fucking idea. That's some fucking moral shit there, isn't it?
Whatever it is. Look, they've been at war with us for 47 years, and it's finally being ended by the president, which is awesome. But it comes at a cost, and they have resources.
That's a cost to the American taxpayer.
They have been siphoning those resources away from their population for those 4.5, 5 decades.
So more imperialism, more stealing for our oligarchs. That's what's happening here, folks. That's all that ever happens. And yeah, day 1, it's only going to take a couple days. Day 20, looks like we're going to need another $200 billion. And yeah, oh, bullshit. Don't listen to the words, listen to their actions. Another forever war for this fucking terrorist state of America. And bombshell, remember they said, hey, we have to attack Iran because they were trying to make a nuclear bomb. Of course, they signed a nuclear treaty with Obama that they wouldn't do this. They had inspectors. They were going along with it. Donald Trump ripped it up to specifically give himself permission to bomb them. So they've been going out there and they've been claiming that Iran had enough materials that they were going to make multiple nuclear bombs, and they even bragged about it at some kind of UN meeting they had. But only one of Donald Trump's lackeys has been claiming this is true with no evidence whatsoever. In fact, apparently the exact opposite is true. This story broken by MSN Now.
David? And there was one development yesterday. It builds on reporting MS Now had earlier. Iran offered to give away all of its enriched uranium during the peace talks. And hours later, the U.S. started dropping bombs. And The Guardian broke yesterday that there were British officials, the British National Security Advisor was present in Geneva during that last round of talks. The British were surprised by the Iranian offer. They thought it was credible. They thought the talks should continue. And the British were shocked when the Trump administration started bombing Iran hours later.
I don't know why you're shocked. It has nothing to do with nuclear bombs, nothing to do with that. It has to do with Israel wants to spread. Just like every virus in history, the religion of Judaism wants to cover the entire fucking globe. They want to rule us all. And they got to start with Gaza, Palestine, then Iran, Lebanon. And lastly, but not least, it'll be America, baby. We'll pay for our own destruction. We'll pay for our own subjugation. And I guess we'll thank our masters for subjugating us. Meanwhile, global opinion for the U.S. plummets 79%, folks. We are a pariah state for the rest of the globe, as it should be.
These numbers, you see these shifts down in terms of how our allies or folks in those countries view U.S. military action in the Middle East. You see how unpopular it is this time around. Canada, Japan, the UK. And this is just part of a larger picture, Mr. Berman. A larger picture. Favorable view of the U.S. in 2025 versus 2024. Of course, Donald Trump being the president in 2025, Joe Biden being the president of the United States in 2024. Look at this. Favorable view of the U.S. down 79% of 24 countries' residents asked. The bottom line is this. The folks overseas are far less likely to view the U.S. favorably, and those chickens, they're coming home to roost in this situation.
Yeah, Trump's like, we're respected again across the world. But no, it's like it was the first time. The trust of the world was lost, and a little bit was gained back under Joe Biden, and now it's gone again. No reason for any country to ever fucking trust us. We can't be trusted. We are a country without honor. Then my entire front timeline today, I guess this is what Elon Musk has decided to spread all around social media, is this story. And I was actually going to just uncritically report this and shit all over the Iranian government until I kind of looked into this. House Republicans, the official House Republican count. This 19-year-old wrestler, Salim Mohammadi, who the terrorist regime in Iran just executed. This is who the mullahs are, terroristic savages willing to slaughter their own people to maintain the grip of power. Just imagine what the mullahs would do to us. And I was going to be like when I first read about this. I am not supportive of the Iranian regime. Obviously, they're a horrible theocratic terrorist, right? And I don't care if they get killed or not. But also, I don't want civilians to get killed. I don't want little girls to be bombed. I don't want our country to go bankrupt on all these for fucking ever wars. I don't think the United States has enough money, nor do we have the moral authority to be the police of the world, right? Authoritarian regimes exist like this all over the world, right? Russia's like this. North Korea's like that. They're all over the place. Are we going to invade every fucking country or just this one? Where does it fucking end, right? And so one of the ways it's clear that social media is trying to make people support this war is by posting this story of this young man who apparently was just protesting against the Iranian government and was hung by them. But apparently that's not the whole story. Apparently what all these people reposting this, and this is pretty much every right-wing account is posting this. Samantha Smith, 19-year-old Iranian wrestling champion, Salim Mohammadi, was just publicly executed for protesting against the Islamic regime. So to all liberal Westerners, watch and learn. This is what it's actually like to live in a nation with no free speech. New York Post, one of the biggest rags in the world. Butchers! Iran's despots fight for control by publicly executing teenage protesters. That's right. This is what you support. If you don't support this war, not only do you hate our troops, but you support the regime who are killing protesters. But apparently, now look, I don't know if this next part is true, but the reason they claimed that they killed this kid was because he murdered 2 police officers. That's what he was tried with. That's what they took him to court for. They claimed they have witnesses that saw it happen, and the 2 kids confessed to it. Now, international civil rights organizations say they believe the 2 kids might have been tortured. The 2 kids recanted. A lot of people believe that they didn't get a fair trial in any way whatsoever. This was a kangaroo court. They just wanted to hold them accountable and send a message of terrorism to any would-be protesters. All that might be true. But the fact that all these posts and newspapers are leaving this out just shows me that they have an alternative agenda, right? They're just trying to push the narrative they think will work best into talking America into being okay with all these fucking wars, right? It's very clear, wag the dog here. Once again, not for the Iranian regime. Once again, don't care if they get overthrown, but TMZ, Iran publicly executes a teen champion wrestler for participating in protests against the Ukrainians. And then 0 celebrities speaking out. This is what it's all about, social media. No singers and actors are talking about this. How come they don't care? Well, I mean, I care. I don't think this should, even if the kids did kill some cops, they should get a fair trial, right? I'm speaking out against it, but also I notice you guys are not telling the whole story, and it's pretty clear why you aren't. Meanwhile, Trump just been all over the place as far as the war goes. Here he is talking to the military. And 11 a.m. that morning, he was saying that he wants an unconditional surrender of Iran. That's the only thing we're going to accept. A couple hours later, he's like, hey, we killed everybody. There's nobody to surrender.
I told him, I said, Dan, if you don't mind, stay in the Situation Room and you watch all those attacks that we're hitting those guys with, and they don't know what's happening. Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft is all gone, it's all gone, their radar is all gone, their leaders are all gone, the next set of leaders are all gone, and the next set of leaders are mostly gone, and now nobody wants to be a leader over there anymore. We're having a hard time. We want to talk to them, and there's nobody to talk to. We have nobody to talk to, and you know what? We like it that way.
Yeah, we like it that way. Hey, we want to talk to them. We really want to talk to them. We fucked up horribly. We want to pull out as soon as possible. We want to tuck our tail and run, but we killed everybody. So, hey, we like it like that. We fucked up and we love it we fuck up. We trained him wrong on purpose as a joke. Crazy ass times. Meanwhile, they sit there talking, folks, about how they destroyed all their anti-aircraft weapons, all their missiles. They have no military yet. 10 minutes after he said that,
there just about everything there is to obliterate, including leadership. The Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft equipment is gone. We're flying wherever we want, Pete.
That's right. Anti-aircraft is gone, military gone. We're flying wherever we want to. Next thing you know.
For the first time in this war, an F-35 stealth fighter jet was struck during a combat mission over Iran.
How?
The pilot made an emergency landing at a U.S. base in the...
But wait a minute, how did they strike it? They destroyed all their anti-aircraft weapons. This is impossible.
...region and is now in a stable condition. But there are serious questions over how a stealth plane, nearly invisible to radar and costing roughly $100 million, could have...
There's another $100 million not loaded up. Loaded with bombs and shit, about $150 million, folks. Just another one. Imagine how much health care that could have bought. How much education that could have paid for our children. But no, just evaporating in thin air for no fucking reason. Because we're the dumbest.
Been hit after 3 weeks of relentless bombardment of the Iranian military. Overnight, Israel and Iran trading yet more attacks. President Trump originally denied any knowledge of Israel's decision to strike that Iranian gas field.
So stupid! Lying his ass off again, obviously. Easy to spot this time. Meanwhile, they have a genius plan, though, to bring oil prices down, y'all. Hear me out! We're going to let Russia sell oil. We're going to remove the sanctions on Russia. Yeah, okay, Russia might be our enemy, right? Yeah, maybe we're funding the war in Ukraine against Russia. And so by letting Russia sell gas, we're just funding both sides. And also Russia giving money, material support to Iran. So we're helping Russia make money while they support our enemies. And also, another genius idea. We're also going to let Iran sell their oil. That way Iran can get lots of fucking money and build lots of fucking missiles so they can keep attacking us. That's just crazy enough to work. Here's Thurston Howell III to tell us all about it.
Effort. We had a break the glass plan across the administration and at Treasury. We unsanctioned Russian oil. We knew that there were about 130 million barrels on the water, and we created supply that is beyond the Straits of Hormuz. So we anticipated this. We knew that there could be a temporary, and I want to emphasize temporary, choke point there, and there was 130 million barrels of floating storage. In the coming days, we may unsanction the Iranian oil that's on the water. It's about 140 million barrels, so depending on how you count it, that's 10 days to 2 weeks of supply that the Iranians had been pushing out. That would have all gone to China. In essence, we will be using the Iranian barrels against the Iranians to keep the price down. Yeah,
what a spin. Yeah, hey, we're going to let Iranians sell their oil and then spend that money on missiles to attack other oil infrastructure and our service members, the bravest among us, our young men and women. But we're owning them. It's genius 4D chess. Love it. Love it. Then I told them, love it, that we're going to let Iran sell oil. Love it. But it's actually good for America, love it. If Iran sells oil and builds missiles, love it. I hate the pools, love it. Just good God. So annoying to be ruled by these oligarchs. Then Trump mad at NATO. Trump like, without the USA, NATO is a paper tiger. He's all mad because he fucked up, right? He made a giant fucking mistake and he knows he did. He's trying to get NATO to come in and clean his mess up. It's like he took a giant shit in the middle of his dinner table. And he's like, who gonna help me clean up this giant shit? Then he sets the shit on fire and makes it worse. Who gonna help me clean up this diaper full of flaming shit? And nobody wants to help. And he's like, why nobody would help me clean up this diaper? Somebody help me. Somebody's gotta eat this shit with me. Nobody wants to eat your shit, Trump. Anyway, so he calls them cowards. Says it would be so easy for them to do with so little risk to get involved in the Strait of Hormuz, but they didn't want any part of it to begin with. They knew if you attacked it, Iran was going to shut it down. The only course of action is to leave fucking Iran alone. That's the only thing that's going to solve matters. Them going to the Strait of Hormuz is not going to help anything unless you guys stop bombing them, obviously. But you guys are cowards. You guys need that oil more than I do. Help me eat this stinky diaper. And then he starts floating, just tacoing out of the whole thing completely and running away. Trump literally posted, I wonder what would happen if we just finished off what was left of the Iranian terrorist state and let the countries that use it, we don't, be responsible for the so-called strait. That would get some of our non-responsive allies in gear and fast. Hey, I wonder if we just walked into your stores in your country and just took a baseball bat and broke everything and just left. Let you guys clean it the fuck up. We don't even go to the store. We don't use this store. We don't give a shit. That's your problem, baby. We broke it. You clean it up. And that's probably what's going to happen. Maybe, who knows, this crazy motherfucker might put boots on the ground and invade. You never know, but he usually tacos out, especially if the oil prices get too high. Then they ask him, hey, are you going to put troops on the ground? Are you going to send our men and women to die on the shores of Iran? Immediately starts talking about the Dow. Watch this shit.
And do you intend to potentially put U.S. troops or more troops in the region?
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere.
No, I would never do that. He lied. It's like a motherfucker. Look at it. Look how sheepy he is. No. And then he's like, but if I was, I wouldn't tell you, which means, yeah, bitch, we go to war.
Where? If I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you. But I'm not putting troops. And we will do whatever is necessary to keep the price as low. I actually thought when I did this, look, the Dow just hit 50,000 a couple of weeks ago. They said that couldn't happen for 4 years.
Nobody
it wouldn't
said that.
happen in my term.
Literally nobody said the Dow wouldn't hit 50,000. It was 44,000 when he became president. That's only a 6,000 increase, which is very doable in a year, right?
It's an outrageous thing because I said it would happen. I didn't know it was going to happen that fast, but it just hit 50,000, and we did that in 1 year, not 4. S&P had just hit 7,000. They said that was even.
So what about the troops? Think about the Dow. That's what everybody should be talking about. All right, motherfucker, let's talk about the Dow since you want to talk about the Dow. The Dow right now is at 45,577. The first day Trump was in office, it was right at 44,000. That means it's about a 2,000 point increase in almost a year and a half, a year and 3 months, which is dog shit. If you factor in the fact that the American dollar has declined by 10%, this is negative growth. In fact, Joe Biden, his last year in office did like 12% growth. Way, way more than this paltry, maybe 1 or 2% growth if you factor in the declining dollar. So even this talking point is a fucking lie. Now, the Dow Jones being healthy, going up, it's not really a good indication of a healthy economy anyway, because 90% of the stocks are owned by 10% of the people. The rich own the fucking stocks. It doesn't really affect most of us, but even this is bullshit. Everything the man says is a fucking lie. And now apparently we're at the point where they're hiding the coffins. China Poll says the United States has decided to make the funeral processions of soldiers killed in the war with Iran completely secret, with cameras strictly prohibited. Now, Fox News is claiming they're doing this at the behest of the family members, but you know that's fucking bullshit. When have family members ever said, don't show our soldiers coming home, right? Not like they're all in unison doing that. Complete bullshit.
Military base when the remains of the 6 U.S. service members killed in the crash of that refueling aircraft are returned to their families. Obviously a very solemn moment. John, this is, of course, the second time since launching the war with Iran that the president...
So, yeah, no telling how many are going to die. No telling how many have already died. I guess we don't deserve to know from the most transparent administration ever. Meanwhile, you know who loves the war? You guys are going to be shocked. MAGA. MAGA love it. They love this of Trump, too. If you needed any more evidence, this is a cult, and I know you didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you.
MAGA GOP view of Trump. Approve 100%. 100%. If you are...
Folks, even in North Korea, Kim Jong-un only got 99.8% of the vote, okay? Even in North Korea, 2% of the people that are forced to be cult members oppose him. But not MAGA, baby. MAGA is so dyed in the wool, 100% support.
A member of MAGA in the GOP, you approve of Donald John Trump. 0% say that they disapprove. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to know you can't go higher than 100%. He is the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Now, there are some Republicans who disapprove of Donald John Trump, but they are not members of the Make America Great Again movement. The bottom line is this. If you are a member of MAGA, you approve of Donald Trump.
It's interesting, though, because there have been a couple prominent people who have sort of come out online, and they're very mad about this war with Iran because he promised no new wars. Is there any sign that people might be leaving MAGA relative to 2024?
Yeah, okay. So, I've said it before, and, the theme of this segment is Tucker Carlson be darned. And when we look at the numbers, I've heard some people say, oh, when you look at those MAGA numbers, it doesn't account for those who might have left MAGA. But take a look here. Americans who identify as MAGA, in November of 2024, it was 28% of Americans. Now it's basically the same. If anything, it's slightly higher at 30%. The bottom line is this. The MAGA base within the GOP is not shrinking. It's the same size. If anything, it is slightly larger than it was back in 2024 when, of course, Donald Trump won a second term.
So, yeah, we're in trouble, guys. All you got to do is convince the bottom 30%, and you can control the entire world. And they're brilliant at doing it, that's for sure. I was listening to some conservative commenter earlier talk about how it was gut-filled. Talk about the left can't meme, and the right is so much better at comedy and memeing. And he might be right about that. The reason the right is so good at memeing, though, is because right-wing talking points are simple. They're black and white, good versus evil, and the world is complicated. So it's real easy to put these bite-sized ideas in one picture that somebody can look at and go, oh, that's true, instead of somebody that actually reason the complicated ways that that's not true, right? So it's real easy to brainwash, to control the bottom 30%. Because they're simple fucking childlike minds. And that's what we're dealing with here, folks. It only takes 30%. Meanwhile, Trump asked about troop deployments. And here's how they're trying to spin it, folks. That poll I just showed you, that 100% of MAGA supports Trump, but it's only 30% of the population. The vast majority of Americans are against this war. They're against Donald Trump. So now they're pretending like this 100% of MAGA that support him is indicative of society as a whole, and the war is actually super popular with Americans. Listen to him.
Polls have shown that MAGA is essentially unified behind you, as are Republicans when it comes to Iran. There's been reports that, the United States might be sending 2,500 Marines to the Middle East. Are you concerned that a move like that could potentially change the unity?
Well, I don't know. I seem to have great support because CNN came out with a poll today that I'm at 100%. And they said they've never seen a poll like that. The CNN poll said I'm at 100%, and they've never seen that before, which is an honor. I was impressed that CNN would do that. But as far as troops are concerned, I can't tell you.
Yes, popular. 100% of Americans support me. Isn't that what the CNN poll said, everybody? Yeah, hey, I'm so proud of CNN, and it was an honor that I got 100% of the support. Even Carolyn Leavitt, White House spokesperson, posting a link to this poll I just showed you, the CNN poll where MAGA supports him, and Carolyn says, Americans agree that Operation Epic Fury is an overwhelming success. Only, no, they didn't. The poll listed do not show Americans agree the Operation Epic Fury is an overwhelming success. Of the 9 polls, 6 included only MAGA and or Republicans. 1 includes only likely voters. 1 merely a plurality. 1 shows 50-50% approval. That 51% now feels less safe, so it's still way too much. But anyway, lies, deadable lies. But hey, I guess that's what works. They got the airways sewed up. Most of these dumb Americans don't know what the fucking truth is and don't care. Then they asked Turfsy Gabbard over there. Is that it? Yeah, I guess that's it. Hey, you are in control of all the 3-letter agencies, all our intelligence agencies. Do you have an opinion whether Iran was an imminent threat to the United States or not? And of course, it's a cult. So here's what she said.
Yesterday, you said that only the president, only person who can determine what is an imminent threat is the President of the United States. Do you stand by that statement?
Yes, I do.
Director Ratcliffe, do you agree with that assessment? That the President is the only person that can determine if something is an imminent threat or not?
The president's commander-in-chief gets to make a decision about what's an imminent threat. The intelligence community, well, the intelligence...
Reclaim my time.
The intelligence...
reclaim my time.
Intelligence community has provided a body of intelligence that supports
the reason why
the decision
is that if the president can determine and ignore what you're doing, why do you guys even have a job? Why do you even advise them? So you're saying tomorrow the president of the United States can say China is an imminent threat, and then he can take his own... No matter what the intelligence says, he can take his own action. So that's what you're basically...
Yes, he's a dictator. He's a god king. We don't even have opinions. Our brain fell out of our head the moment Trump became president, and we just do whatever the fuck he tells us to do. He is our god. And that's where we're at right now, folks. Dangerous, unprecedented times. Scary as fuck, but hey, we had a good run. Fuck this country, and that is my... halftime! Woo! Folks, please forgive me while I do a very quick commercial. Hey, my name is Dusty Smith, and I am a historian like Josephus, Pliny the Younger, except for I exist. If you like what I do, please consider throwing me a couple dollars here, folks. Hey, if you click on the description of the video right now, shut up, Dusty. The more I pop down, the very first link goes to my Patreon account. Patreon.com for this podcast. Like I told you guys earlier, it's gone down like $1,000 a month. So it's bad. It's getting slim. Slim pickings around here. I know everything's tough. I know everybody's having trouble with money these days, and I hate to even ask. But hey, I'm 100% used to support it like CBS used to be. I'm really the only people on the entire internet that has a show like this. Left-wing media is dying. So if you enjoy what I do, if you're entertained and you want to see me keep doing this, please join my Patreon. Kick in a couple dollars a month. You might not notice it on your credit card, but it all adds up and it all helps me. Thank you in advance. And also, PayPal. PayPal, a great way to support the show. Going to read all the PayPals at the end. And Patreon, all of it. Links above me. Please help me out. All right, let's check out the Super Chats. Lifeblood of the show, Super Chats. Also a great way to support the show. You get to hear me read in my real voice. Man, folks, we got an old Dusty video coming up. I can't wait till you guys see exactly how my voice has never changed over the years. But first off, Rebecca Boy says, Afroman's win is such needed good news. Catch up Saturday. Hell yeah, woo-woo! Fuck yeah, I can't believe I was sleeping on Afroman. Now I'm a huge fan. Lick 'em low, Lisa. Lick that pussy, Lisa. And thank you, Rebecca. You fucking rock as always. And speaking of rock, BBC back, woo-woo, BBC! BBC was under the weather. I hope you're feeling better, BBC. I was thinking about you. I wasn't praying for you, but I was thinking about you, BBC. I think about BBC a lot. Never mind. Love you, BBC. WSD time, $5. Good evening, Dusty. Good evening, WSD time. I will need to catch up your segment on the replays as I have a few matters to attend to. No forgiveness! Except for you gave me money, so it's fine. One ticket. Hey, if you got your ticket, give WSD time your love. And we got an after party tonight. It's Friday, so it's after party night. I have some stuff to show you, but also for those of you interested, how I made my little 1 minute AI anime video. I guess that's what you call it. I'm gonna show you guys some of the behind the scenes stuff I did and some of the future scenes I'm working on, as well as some other stuff. So if you don't have your ticket to the after party, get your ticket now. All patrons and everybody is a Dust Buddy. It's $2.99 a month, and you'll figure it out. Also, if you want a free ticket, show up live because they give them away like water, baby. My generous ass audience. Please watch Dr. Stone, best anime ever. All right, I'll check it out. Thank you for the recommendation. 50 months of lodge. Woo! You one of the good ones, Twitternet. Going strong for 50 months. I appreciate you. It took a long time, but I defeated Chuck Norris. Fuck Jordan Norris. Hell, Satan, first of all. But you guys who watch the show know, hate me some Chuck Norris. Don't get ahead of me. We're getting there. Gorilla Gwenny, $10. Woo-woo! What up, Gorilla Gwenny? Good to see you tonight. Welcome to Dust Buddy Squirrel General. You can join us now on tonight's after party. Spam the chat with impunity with your new customized emojis. And one ticket, get one of you lucky motherfuckers a free ticket. Give them your love and come hang out with us. Sinister, sometimes we need to laugh at ourselves. Sometimes I love being a Southerner. We can be a pretty wacky bunch. Free ammo, man. Yeah, I can't stand Southerners. Fuck that shit. I'm a good old Yankee. Thank you. Darnez, $5. Here's a little relief. Wish I could give more. Rocco, Dusty. Hey, you Rocco, Darnez. It all adds up. Thank you for your help. $10. Hey, Dusty, here's money for a pint of gas. I'm sick of winning. Holy shit. I'm glad I work at home at least. That's one big bet I don't have, but everything else is fucking crazy. Spooky action. The Dusty Show rolls. The Magnet Show rolls. That's a pretty good show, I gotta say. Of all the shows that are out there, this is definitely one of them. H.A.H. Woods. $20. I haven't watched in a while, Dusty, and I'm laughing my booty off right now. It is the world's funniest show. Holy God, how did I get this talented? It's sort of insane. Thank you. Mama Bear, $13 Canadian. Just want to show how much I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And all the friends, we do have the best audience in the world. Thank you for being a part of it, Mom. I appreciate you. I miss you guys on days you're not on. I know, right? Only 2 shows a week for the last 3 weeks. This month's going to be slim as fuck. But next week, I'm going to get on it. Probably. We'll see what happens. I need 3D resin print. Dusty coins. Yep. They'll be worthless, but hey, it'll be fun. Send me one. Simulation Theories art style reminds me of Telltale's The Walking Dead. It does kind of remind me of that. That is one art style that VR does pretty well. The thing about the tools right now is they're still not up to par. It's really difficult to do anything with them. And so you got to kind of learn what their weaknesses are so you can hide them as best as possible. So you got to kind of work within the system. It'll get easier and easier as time goes on. But for now, it's a slog. But got to start somewhere. And thank you there, Tristan. Veggie Out Girl, where needed. Next week, I will mail the next forks over. You two won't let me say the last word, though. Magazine to you. All right, appreciate you. Hell yeah, looking forward to my Veggie magazine. Thank you, as always, Veggie Out Girl. David Groves. Way to go, Dusty. Been following you since the early days. Keep up the good work. Hey, you keep up the good work. And giving me money there, David. Hendre Faye. Swedish Kroner 65. Who you think would win a fight, a lion or a grizzly bear? Well, a grizzly bear, obviously. Grizzly bear, giant, like 8 feet tall, got giant fucking paws, just swipe the shit out of you. What's a lion going to do? Lion got to grab your throat and hang on. He ain't going to grab a grizzly bear's throat and hang on. So that's an easy one. Thanks for speaking the truth. Love you, Dusty. Love you back, NFP. Appreciate you. Alex Lopez, last but not least, $5. Dusty, I don't get the change at DHS. How's a Mark Ware bullet any better than cosplay call girl? I mean, he's not, but Kristi Noem's defrauded the government out of hundreds of millions of dollars, right? So now it's somebody else is trying to defraud the government. She got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Nothing's going to happen to her. They're just going to move her to another high-paying job, and she can continue it there. But it was bad press for Donald Trump, so he got shuffled her around so he can move on with another story, you know. And he'll pick up right where she left off. You grift and the idiots and suckers of America. And all right, folks, still plenty of time to get your super chats in. PayPal. Going to read them all at the end of the show. There's a Cash App. You got Cash App, $ cultofdusty. Links, all these sorts of videos. So help me out. Don't let me go off the air. I appreciate you. But for now, moving along, it's time for Chud Watch. Let's see if it lags. Don't lag, motherfucker. I'm going to yell like a bitch if you lag. Chud Watch. Woo, it did lag. Hell yeah, motherfucker. Then what the fuck do we do? Then what does Ric Flair say? Motherfucker. Woo. And first up, at least while there's war going on, at least while the economy is collapsing, our glorious leader is focused on the important things, like the cage match set to take place at the White House on his birthday. President Trump tells Axios it's the hottest ticket I've ever seen. Apparently, it's a shitty card. Everybody's talking about how worthless this card is with anybody wants to see fighting. So, of course, Trump lying his ass off about it. Anyway, yay! President Camacho going to have a UFC event at the White House because it's the dumbest timeline. Meanwhile, Denmark was preparing, or I guess they're still preparing, in case the U.S. military invades Greenland. They've already had plans in place to bomb their own airports. This is how crazy the world is getting. Denmark is reported to have quietly prepared to blow up its own runways in Greenland as European allies rush troops north, amid fears the United States might attempt to seize the Arctic territory by force in January. Yep, we're the terror of the globe. I guess we're going to take over Cuba, Iran, Venezuela, Greenland. Nobody's fucking safe. Do these countries have the right to defend themselves or just Israel? I guess it's just Israel. Then, even Donald Trump knows he's a dictator now, folks, and he's giddy about it. He can't really shut up about it. He wants to brag about it so bad Case in point, here he is talking to the troops.
Football history, I guess it was iconic also, but not quite in the same manner. But I watched that. That was incredible. The annual Army-Navy game is truly one of the most special occasions in all of sports. But in recent years, the college football playoff expansion has encroached on this sacred 4-hour time slot.
Yes, the football game is sacred, everybody.
But traditionally reserved for Army-Navy. So what did I do? I went out. I don't know if I could have pulled it off. I have much more power in my second term, don't you think? What do you think?
I'm a dictator now.
Would you say?
I can literally tell private organizations which games they can have. I can literally demand my subjects in America watch only the football games I want them to see. I control what you do. I control what you hear. I control what you see. I am your God.
Hey, Brendan, much more power. First term, I don't know if I could have gotten away with this, but what did I do? I went out and said, I'm going to sign an executive order to ensure that the second Saturday in December is preserved exclusively. Nobody's playing football. Not Ohio State against Notre Dame. Not LSU against Alabama. Nobody's going to play football for 4 hours during that very special time of the year in December.
Laser focused on the important issues like controlling our eyeballs and what sports we can watch. Just such a worthless society. And they had very little news about the secret police lately. The war on Iran has been very effective in covering up for the pedophiles in the Epstein file and also the Nazis and secret police who roll us. But a couple items. MAGA operatives got $23 million in DHS. I've been covering this story. Kristi Noem spent more money than the Avengers movie cost doing a photo shoot where she was riding a horse. $200 million, folks. Obvious this is just fraud. Obvious they're just skimming. They're looting the coffers. No way this cost $200 million to go out to Mount Rushmore and film some advertisement. So how does the scam work? Well, two companies with ties to veteran political operatives received at least $23 million in commissions. Just commissions. They didn't do any shit. Just for setting up these crooked deals. $23 million of the taxpayers' money. For their role in the controversial Department of Homeland Security's ad campaign that helped lead to Secretary Crisholm's ouster. One of the firms, Safe America Media, received at least $15 million and was formed last February, just a few days before it was awarded the limited bid contract to work on the overall $220 million taxpayer-funded ad campaign. So, accelerating the timeline of our destruction. I guess they're trying to get the dollar to collapse quicker so that crypto can take over. I don't know, folks. I guess that's the plan. Maybe they don't even have one. Maybe they're just stealing everything that's not bolted down while they still can. Meanwhile, this is how the game works, folks. It's a big club and you and I aren't in it. This is what the secret police were founded to do. Last June, the man credited with introducing President Trump to his wife asked the administration for a favor. Paulo Zampoli, a former modeling agent turned presidential special envoy, had learned that his Brazilian ex-girlfriend was in Miami jail, arrested on charges of fraud at her workplace. They had been in a custody battle over their teenage son. Now he saw an opportunity. He reached out to a top official at Immigration and Customs Enforcement, explaining that his ex was in the country illegally, according to the records obtained by the New York Times and a person familiar with the communications. Could she be put in ICE detention? That could help him get his son back. The official, David Venturella, promptly called the agency's Miami office to ensure that ICE agents would pick up the woman from the jail before she was released on bail, according to the records. During the call, Mr. Venturelli noted that the case was important to someone close to the White House. The woman, Amanda Ungaro, was placed in ICE custody and ultimately deported. So yay, just like it was in Nazi Germany, secret police, a tool for the rich to abuse us, just like they've always fucking done. Meanwhile, as I told you guys repeatedly, they're closing the net. They're sewing shit up, folks. They're making sure they have complete control of the airwaves so no counter messages like this one get out. There's already so few shows like this, mostly, though, because you can't make a living doing this because all the money's on the fucking right. But also, they're buying up all the media and they're giving the right-wingers monopolies over every bit of it. FCC approves merger of broadcast station giants. The Federal Communications Commission has signed off on a broadcast station owner, Nexstar's $6.2 billion deal to acquire rival company Tigna. So there's already a rule they can't do this. There's a rule that TV stations cannot reach more than 39% of U.S. households, because if they do, they are considered a monopoly, and that's a no-go. Olin, you're going to laugh. They waived the rule for this specific case. In news released Thursday, FCC Chairman Brendan Carr said the agency waived a rule that bars a single company from owning TV stations reaching more than 39% of U.S. households. The combined entity would cover at least 60%. Here's what its excuse is. Word salad. Nonsense. Waiving that rule here is consistent with long-standing FCC authorities, and doing so promotes the underlying purpose of the FCC's media regulations by promoting competition, which it doesn't. It literally ends competition. Localism, which it doesn't. It makes the news media national. And diversity, which we know they don't care about. So all bullshit. They literally say the opposite of reality in order to explain this shit away. Another example, CBS is shuttering its famed century-old radio server. So anybody who knows anything about talk radio knows it's almost 100% dominated by right-wingers, probably 98%. And it's still very popular. Hundreds of millions of right-wing listeners every single day. People in their cars, truckers. It's kind of outdated technology, but still lots and lots of viewers. And there are not many left-wing counters to it at all, folks. It's almost entire right-wing propaganda, but now they're getting rid of whatever few they had. Like CBS, now that it's been taken over by Larry Ellison, now that they put Barry Weiss in charge to magify it, they're getting rid of any vestiges of left-wing content that might counter right-wing narratives. And this is a big one. CBS News said Friday it is shutting down its storied radio news service after nearly 100 years of operations. So all dissenting voices silenced, folks. All the media companies consolidated, all the airwaves took over. So it doesn't matter what the truth is, because the American people will never be allowed to hear it. That's one of the reasons I do this show. I hope they don't delete all my videos. I want this to be a chronicle of the history that happened right now. So in the future, people will know what the fuck happened. Because you're not going to hear it from our news media. And we're such a pariah worldwide, folks, that citizens of 4 key U.S. allies say it's better to depend on China now than on the U.S. The 21st century is more likely to belong to Beijing than to Washington. At least that's the view from our 4 key allies. Swaths of the public in Canada, Germany, France, and the UK have soured on the U.S. Most of the ones responded say that they believe it is better to depend on China than the U.S. And hey, it's even that way for Americans. A lot of us feel that way, to be honest with you. No, I don't think China is a good country. I don't think the communist government of China is benevolent. But I trust them at this point more than I trust the U.S. government. I trust their AI companies more than I trust the United States AI companies. At least China is putting out some open source models. Everything United States is about capitalism and fucking war. So I feel you on that one, war. Crazy times. And rats trying to flee the sinking ship. A lot of right-wing commentators now try to distance themselves from MAGA. Case in point, here's Booger Nick Fuentes just doggy paddling as hard as he can away from the Titanic that is MAGA.
We have to put all the differences aside. We really do. We have to put the differences aside, left and right, Republican, Democrat, Christian, Muslim, white, black.
Counterpoint, go fuck yourself. We actually don't have to do that at all. In fact, I can give you the middle finger, and I can encourage you to commit suicide, okay? Because that's really what you should do, okay? Because you're really a worthless cunt. You provided nothing of work to the United States whatsoever. And no, I'm not going to forgive you for putting Donald Trump in office. No, I'm not going to forgive you for taking Kanye and having lunch with this guy. No, I'm not going to bury the fucking hatchet. We're not going to be friends. Fuck you. The entire world can burn down as long as I watch you die with me, you gay, booger-eating sack of shit. Finally, some good news, folks. Chuck Norris dead. Woo! Fuck yeah! MAGA action star Chuck Norris deleted. Belly up. And oh my God. For longtime viewers of this show, no. I fucking hate Chuck Norris. Fuck this guy. This fucking weird ass Christian Flanders motherfuckers. Heidi ho, neighbor. Just hate this motherfucker. Always hated him. Why do you hate him? First, he's a fucking Nazi. Here he is with, oh, they deleted it, Benjamin Netanyahu. Good old Buzzy with Benny. Look at him.
I'm so. Good to see you, Prime Minister. Good to see you. Well, thank you. Listen, this will.
I tell you what, these nerdy ass Christian Flanders types, they're way worse, in my opinion. They're like Donald Trump in ways. Because they're more dastardly. They try to hide behind this goody two-shoes image where they're actually so fucking evil behind the scenes. They support Christian nationalism. They support all this Nazi shit. They literally cover up for fucking pedophiles. Just evil as a motherfucker. But I'll be honest with you, folks, my hatred for Chuck Norris is more than just politics. I hated Chuck Norris ever since I was a fucking kid. Even when I was a little kid, I was like, who the fuck is this boring, slow-ass white guy in this Bruce Lee movie? What the shit? This guy don't look tough. This guy ain't a badass. What he doing here? It's so boring. He's so bad. He's so vanilla. He's so milquetoast. He's so lame. Fuck this guy. And people are like, Dusty, he was a real karate champion. Fuck your karate, bitch. I want to tell you guys a true story. When I was a kid, I'm not a badass. I'm a little 5 foot nothing, y'all. All right? I'm not a violent guy. When I was a kid, I was probably 8th grade. There's a guy in my class. His name was Trey. Trey Atkinson. What's up, Trey? Karate champion Trey Atkinson, 8th grade. This motherfucker was the baddest karate champion in the entire city. I went to this kid's house one time. He had a dance in his house. His room was nothing but karate trophies. Giant, bigger than I was. Wall-to-wall karate trophies. So this guy, I don't know, he said something I didn't like one day, and he was like, you want to fight about it? And I was like, fuck yeah! Behind the corner store after school, motherfucker. So we went to the corner store after school, and we was getting ready to fight. And this motherfucker was doing Bruce Lee shit, spinning around. And dude, it was picture perfect. He did a spinning back kick. Kicked me right in the fucking stomach. And it felt like my sister kicked me. It wasn't shit. I guess he's used to point scoring karate and shit where you barely touch some motherfucker and then they reset you. What the fuck was that? I guess he just thought I'd be like, all right, you got me, fight's over. No, I grabbed that motherfucker, threw him to the ground, and just ground and pounded his motherfucking face. All that point karate shit didn't do nothing. So fuck Chuck Norris. It's all weak as fuck. Anyway, always hated this motherfucker. So yeah, 12 years ago, I've been doing this for fucking ever. I used to do short videos, heavily edited, and I did one on Chuck Norris after he came out as a Christian nationalist, talking all his trash, and it was called Fuck Chuck Norris. And you guys might notice how I've not changed a bit in 12 years, especially my voice. Let's have a look at how much I haven't aged a bit. Here's an old Cult of Dusty video.
What's up, guys? Dusty Smith here with the Cult of Dusty. And this week, a viewer wrote in to say, Dusty, why are you so angry all the time?
I know, Dusty.
You are the angriest person I've ever seen in my entire life.
Awesome.
I bet you couldn't even go through one single little video without getting all mad, cussing, and yelling. Chill the fuck out. Jim Twist. Well, Mr. Twist, as you can see, challenge accepted. I broke out the good shit to make sure that I completely calm this week. Nothing
all right, I'm
in
not
the
going to play this video for you, though. I got even better Chuck Norris video. So I'm going to play this video 12 years ago, baby Dusty.
So by now, I'm sure all you guys know that Chuck Norris is my arch fucking enemy. I hate this dude. This corny motherfucker is exactly what's wrong with America. Here's a guy who had absolutely no problem appearing in the film The Expendables 2, where he murders tons of people. His friends murder hundreds of people with bombs and guns and airplanes and all kinds of shit. He had no problem with that. But he threw a hissy fit because he didn't want too much cussing or any titties to be shown. Because, you know, ripping a body apart with bullets is completely fine. But don't show any titties, man. Don't show that body naked. That will be unacceptable. And this walking lobotomy is at it again. Him and his clearly animatronic wife have been going around trying to scare old people. Watch this shit.
Hi, I'm Chuck Norris. Our great country and freedom are under attack. We're at a tipping point, and quite possibly our country as we know it may be lost forever if we don't change the course our country is headed. We can no longer sit quietly or stand on the sidelines and watch our country go the way of socialism or something much worse.
We will preserve for our children this last best hope for man on earth, or we will sentence them to take the first step into 1,000 years of darkness.
It may just be me, man, but every time I hear Chuck Norris talk, I just want to scream, "Shut up, Flanders!" Fuck you, Chuck Norris. Who the fuck do you think you are going out there and trying to threaten and scare people into voting for your guy? You're trying to frighten people into believing in your mentally retarded ideology. And that is not fucking okay, man. I don't give a shit how tough you think you are, Grandpa. You do not have the right to go out there and threaten people and try to scare them into doing what you want. That's bullshit. In fact, Chuck Norris has gone even further in his attempt to try to scare and frighten people with his latest video. I have an exclusive on it. You'll only see it here on the Cult of Dusty. Check this shit out. Hello, I'm Chuck Norris, Christian and American patriot, and I have a message from Jesus Christ. If Barack Obama is elected president, the world as we know it will end forever. Blood will run red in the streets in a tsunami and torrent of violence and death, the likes of which your mind cannot fathom. The bones of your children will be shattered like glass, and their anguished screams will ring hollow in your ears for eternities to come. The dead will rise up out of their graves and feast upon the flesh of the living, as mankind is flung into a 1,000-year reign of darkness and human misery. Now, some people might say, why would Jesus care who we vote for? If he is all-powerful, he could just put anybody in office he wanted to. But that's not how God works. God gives us free will so we can choose to do what we want to, and then he severely punishes us when we don't do what he wanted us to do in the first place. It turns out God is sort of a cocksucker. Sonic boom! So for the love of all that is holy, please do whatever it takes to make sure Barack Hussein Obama does not get reelected. Otherwise, Jesus will unleash the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and if that happens, God have mercy on our damn souls. Yoga Flame! God bless America, and fuck every other country on earth with the devil's dick. Roundhouse kick! Is it just me, or is Chuck Norris getting better looking?
Let's get better looking.
Anyway, fuck you,
deeper.
Chuck Norris. Take your stupid, ridiculous, idiotic threats.
Anyway, still on top, and as we all noticed, haven't changed a bit. Looking good, Dusty. Love that deep, sultry voice you had back then. And that is my Chud Watch for this data, folks. Hail to the year. Woo-woo! Young Dusty. Those were the days. If only I knew then what I knew now. And all right, get your super chats in, folks. We still rolling through this motherfucker. Let's bring it down a little bit, y'all. It's time for some free Palestine. Free Palestine! Palestine! You made money back then? Not really, to be honest with you. I was way more popular back then. I was getting even a terrible video that got very few views was getting seen 60,000 times, but I was only making ad revenue. Patreon wasn't really a thing back then. Super chats weren't really a thing, and the ad revenue sucked. And then the adpocalypse happened, where YouTube basically decided to destroy independent creators completely, and they took all the ad money away. Where if you got like 1 million views, you get like 10 cents. So that's where a lot of the old channels dried up and don't exist anymore. And then some of them adapted, though. You know, it's not the strongest of the species that survives. It's the one most capable of adaptation. So I was like, I'm not going to die, baby. I'm going to fucking go to long-form content and move to super chats and Patreon to stay in business. And I did it, baby. Woo! Figured that shit out. First off, on Free Palestine, Israeli settlers have increasingly used violence against Palestinians in the bid to drive them from their homes. We're dealing with her, folks. The second most evil society next to America. So this poor guy, you know what settlers are? Settlers are like Jewish people that go over to Palestine in places where it's against international law for them to take the land, and they shoot, bully, rape the Palestinians that are there in order to scare them the fuck away. Well, this guy they kidnapped, they tied a zip tie around his dick, and they drug him through the town square like a scene from Game of Thrones. Shame! Shame! They basically raped this dude because this is the new normal. They think they're morally obligated to do whatever the fuck it takes, including rape. Case in point, the rapist soldiers who rape Palestinian detainees are now being celebrated as heroes. They actually had a riot in Israel to make rape legal as long as they're raping the enemies of Israel, because anything they have to do is justified. They even make their rapists celebrities. They have them on television and they celebrate them. Our closest allies, the most moral army in the world. Meanwhile, and this is crazy, y'all, this is real. The most moral army in the world tried to kill Steve Sweeney, a famed, very respected UK journalist, live on television, 100% on purpose. They've killed over 100 journalists. They target them on purpose. They get their cell phone information, they geolocate them, and they kill anybody who dares try to show what's going on, and they just claim they did an accident, and they say they're investigating, and they never do anything. They're like, we don't target journalists on purpose when they 100% do. Watch this shit.
I guess so. Yeah, well, you've probably all seen the footage of the airstrike that took place in Sewer District as we were reporting on the destruction of a bridge. We've been treated in hospital for our injuries. I had a shrapnel wound in my arm, deeply embedded in the muscle here. That's been taken out, and here it is in this pot here. But what I do want to say is that this was a deliberate, targeted attack on journalists. There's no mistake about it. This was an Israeli precision strike from a fighter jet. What we were doing was we were reporting on gale destruction.
That's not even the fucking, it's not even the one, that's him talking about it. Let's see if I can find the actual footage of them trying to murder this guy. I thought that was it, but I can find it real quick. Hell yeah. Twitter searching. Here we go.
I guess so. Yeah, well, you've probably all seen the footage of the airstrike.
Here we go, this one.
Further rocket attacks were reported against Nahariya and admitted.
Literally trying to kill this guy on purpose.
Reported against Nahariya and admitted.
They're targeting the camera crew. Look how close that was. A British journalist, folks. These are not our allies. These are not our friends.
Fucking hell.
No one has ever been more of an enemy than the Israeli government, than the IDF, than these fucking terrorists. Crazy to watch, folks. Happening right in front of our eyes. And big shout out to Anna Kasparian, Anna Asparagus, I like to call her, who's just giving away the game, showing how it works if you're progressive on the internet. These fucking psychopaths. Anna says, you sure you want to talk about pedophiles right now? To which Eyal says, bitch, shut the fuck up. You're playing with fire and far from untouchable. And she's like, elaborate. And Eyal, Zionist Eyal, keep shitting on Jews and causing Jewish blood to spill, and it'll be yours that spills. We're not playing games anymore. Oh, goody, finally. Israel not playing games anymore. I thought it was all fun and games and jokes when they were shooting little kids in the head, when they were blowing up tens of thousands of children, when they were genociding the Palestinian people. Good to know. The gloves are finally coming off, but they ain't trying to hide it, folks. These fucking psychopaths will kill every one of us, will kill every journalist. Anybody that tries to stand up against their evil, we're all targets. And Fox News, not by the hide anymore, folks. Now they blended the United States flag with the Israeli Star of David, blending the two countries together because there's no daylight between them. Even Mechie and Kelly noticing, holy shit, is this real? Yes, it's real. It's the United States of Israel, as it's always been. Israel first is America first. But at least not everybody super on board with sellout John Fetterman. I know he doesn't care. I know we have a representative democracy and he doesn't feel like he represents anybody. He doesn't have to. I guess once you get elected, fuck anybody that put you there. But his constituents balking.
Part of a larger story, Mr. Berman. And I would just say that John Fetterman is doing as well with Pennsylvania Democrats as the New York Giants are as liked in the state of Pennsylvania or the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I mean, just look at this. Among Pennsylvania Democrats and that approval of Fetterman, back in 2023, he was a Democrat liberal darling. He was at plus 68 points. Look at how low he has fallen down to negative 40 points. He's down there with the Titanic. among Democrats in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And, you know, to put a comparison point on, you know, we always talk about how Chuck Schumer is not well liked by the Democratic base nationwide. Chuck Schumer has a net popularity rating of about -2 points. He is 38 points more popular than John Fetterman is with Pennsylvania Democrats. And I was also looking at Kristen Sinema, who, of course, ended up leaving the Democratic Party in Arizona. She was considerably more popular.
Guess he doesn't care, though. He knows he's going to be in office for a couple years to come. He's safe, so he can just become a Republican. All he does is suck Trump's dick all the time and sell out Democrats, sell out America. Get fucked in the ass by Israel, but I guess that's what pays the bills, folks. I guess he don't care about anything except for all the hookers he's going to get to strangle once he moves to Israel when his time as senator is up. And that is my free Palestine! And hell yeah, folks! 2 sections left. We got religious bullshit real quick, followed by a couple Beyond Parodies, and that's it! 15 more minutes and we're out of here, so if you've been entertained tonight, throw a coin to your Witcher. Help me out. But for now, you guys are never going to believe what happened. It's religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. You're never gonna believe this! They finally caught one, and this time, it was a youth pastor! What? Iowa youth pastor gets 17 years on sex charges. A former youth ministry employee who previously pleaded guilty to sex offenses involving a minor was sentenced to prison on Thursday. The Polk County Attorney's Office says 27-year-old Tyler Moore of Urbandale pleaded guilty to lascivious acts with a child, grooming, and indecent contact with a child. No way, but of course, it's been 3 days since my last show, so another youth pastor. Michigan youth pastor gets 25 to 40 years on child sex charges. A former Midland County pastor will be 85 years old before he's eligible for parole on 6 sexual assault charges. So another one, and of course, yet again, the Duggar family. You guys remember Josh Duggar? He was on that reality show where the Duggars do Quiverful. Their quiver is so full of arrows, and they're teaching young men how to be good Christians and young ladies how to be obedient servants to their daddies and to their husbands and their masters. And then it turned out Josh got caught with a bunch of child porn and went to jail. Well, this is his brother, Joseph Duggar, and guess what happened to Joseph Duggar? Joseph Duggar, from 19 Kids and Counting, has been arrested and charged in Florida with lewd and lascivious behavior involving unlawful sexual activity with a minor. A 14-year-old alleged victim was interviewed and made claims about several incidents involving the 31-year-old Duggar that she said occurred during a family vacation in Panama City. Police say Duggar admitted to his actions and was subsequently arrested and charged with lewd and lascivious behavior. So who could have seen this coming? But it's always the way. All these cults that teach that men are the masters and the leaders of the household, and women have to be submissive. Usually they raping the shit out of kids. This is one of the most popular reality shows of all time. This is the kind of shit Americans watch. Pedophiles. They elect them. They watch them. America loves them to pedophiles. And guess who else they arrested? His wife, Kendra Duggar, arrested. A warrant was issued for Kendra Friday. She was arrested for, I guess she aided him in raping the 9-year-old. Just like a dutiful wife would do, right? You have to be submissive to the husband. If he says, go in there and get me that 9-year-old and bring her into my room, you got to do it, right? Hey, God wants you to. God demands you're submissive to your husband. So whatever he wants to do, baby, I'm sure God will let him get away with it. But you know who says it's all bullshit? His brother, Josh Duggar, who is now in prison for pedophilia and child porn. He's like, my brother didn't do it. Hey, I taught my brother better than that. Maybe you didn't. Just saying, maybe you didn't. Acorn doesn't fall far from the pedophile tree in this family. Meanwhile, Christian nationalist Mark Robinson finally told the truth, y'all. You guys remember Dookie Shoot? Remember? He was running for governor. He had Trump's backing, right? He was out there every day. I sit on you. That might be a movie or something. Anyway, you guys remember, he was like, hey, it's fat. I might be getting it mixed up. Anyway, you guys remember, he was running for governor. He was all MAGA. Christian nationalism. He's going to turn this whole country around for God and Jesus and MAGA. And then it came out that he was a porn addict. And he was also on chat groups talking about how great Hitler was and slavery was. And got outed by CNN, and he said it was all a lie. Remember that? 2 years ago, journalists at the Assembly uncovered that Mark Robinson, the right-wing conservative Christian extremist who was running as a Republican candidate for governor of North Carolina, was a huge fan of adult sex shops. Robinson's campaign said at the time the allegations were bullshit. They're always fucking hypocrites, right? They're all frauds, every one of them. They're all these sexual perverts, pedophiles, rapists. But as long as they pretend to be Christian, they can con these fucking idiots every goddamn day of the week. A couple weeks after that, a separate CNN report found that all that was just the tip of the iceberg. Robinson also made comments online under an alias on an adult website called Nude Africa, in which he said slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. And I am a black Nazi. He said Martin Luther King Jr. was worse than a maggot. He used a variety of racial slurs. His campaign denied everything, and Robinson insisted we are not getting out of this race. There are people who are counting on us to win this race. And then in an election where Republicans swept control of the federal government, he lost by a lot. And then he threatened to sue CNN for $50 million for posting this false story, which I told you guys, this is never going to court. He's going to remove the lawsuit immediately. He's just doing this while he's running for governor to pretend like it's not true. And the minute he loses, he's going to pull out of the lawsuit, which he did, of course. He withdrew the lawsuit a few months later, exactly like I said was going to happen. Anyway, now he's admitting he lied about the whole thing. He said the reason he lied was because he had to help Trump get elected. He didn't want to ruin Trump's chances, so he had to go along with it, pretend like he didn't do any of that, and lie his ass off to the people supporting him. And this is what I tell you guys all the time. Their words don't mean anything to them. They feel morally obligated to lie. In fact, you guys might remember Jordan Peterson teaches what I would consider a brain fart. And his brain fart, this narrative he often teaches, is that something doesn't have to be true in order to be true. Hear me out. The Bible stories don't necessarily have to be realistically true, as long as those stories help people not to get killed, as long as they teach them some good lesson that allows them to survive, then those stories, even if they're not physically true, are more true than physical reality. That's this crazy-ass postmodern concept that Jordan Peterson teaches. Well, that's basically how all Christians believe, Christians like this guy. In fact, they might convince themselves that all the lies they tell are not actually lies, right? Because if you're lying, but you're on the side of God, and what you're doing is saving people, it's helping people, it's causing your side to win, is it even a lie? Or is it more true than actual truth is? And that's literally how they lie endlessly and justify it to themselves. They probably don't even know they're doing it most of the time. Meanwhile, MAGA Christian nationalists telling people, you know what the problem with American Christians are? We're too nice. Yeah, they're super nice. The only antidote to that, apparently, is becoming much bigger dickheads.
I think the most important thing that the church has done that's very damaging is we've traded righteousness and truth for empathy and tolerance.
Oh, no.
And the highest value in...
And it's like, yeah, woo, yeah, fuck empathy, fuck tolerance. Jesus was a badass, would have killed everybody, would have bombed all the brown people. Jesus hated Palestinians.
Most of the churches that I visit now is empathy and tolerance. And it's empathy and tolerance
First off, no, it's not. Secondly, I wish.
Evil and intolerance. And this is something that I say that's, I think it's become controversial. You probably get letters complaining about this. We have to become a lot less tolerant. We are way too tolerant as a people and a nation.
We need to be even more evil, even more worthless, even bigger dickheads, just like Jesus would have wanted us to do.
And look, there's biblical precedent for that. They didn't tolerate this kind of this kind of behavior in ancient Israel? They didn't tolerate it in Jesus's time?
Yeah, they went into the other nations. They raped them all. They killed everybody except for the virgins, which they kept for themselves as sex slaves. So is that what you're talking about?
Jesus was very direct about this kind of stuff. We teach this incredibly nice, sanitized version, I would say, and
yeah, because that's what the words in red say.
A feminized version of Jesus.
Oh yeah, Jesus was such a pussy being nice. Having kindness and empathy, being a human. Such a woman characteristic. You fucking gay pussies.
This is a man who made a cat of nine tails and went in to kick the tables over.
Right. For what reason? Why was he kicking the tables over? What was he in the church mad about?
Screamed at people and called them vipers.
For what?
For sinning, for doing terrible things against the law of God.
No, for money changing in the church. He was shouting out people like you who are con men, who care nothing about money, the greedy, using the church for their own purposes in order to make themselves rich. Literally, he was calling you out, motherfucker. No wonder you think he's a pussy.
And we don't do that as a nation anymore. And instead what we do is like, oh, if the Boy Scouts are going gay, that's their problem. And it's not, maybe I'll pull my kids out. But I'm worried about pulling my kids out.
Oh, my God. The example he's given, the problem he has, is the Boy Scouts allowing gay kids in the Boy Scouts. While at the same time, I'm not kidding, look this up, the Boy Scouts admitted to raping 80,000 children. Not a word about the 80,000 children the Boy Scouts raped. Never once did it come to his mind, hey, maybe I shouldn't allow my child to be part of the Boy Scouts on account of the 80,000 children they raped. Now he's like, oh my God, they let a gay kid in. I can't support this. It's just holy shit. How is this real life?
Because maybe people will think I'm intolerant, right? No, we need to be a lot more intolerant. If you look at the history of the United States.
Anyway, be more of a dickhead. That's what Jesus wants you guys to do. And one more, folks. You guys know that I hate AI. I don't abide by it. Fuck AI. But every once in a while, an AI video comes along that makes me fall in love with it all over again. This one's fucking genius, y'all. And this is literally my experience. Basically, this is every generation of Christians trying to scare their congregation into believing Jesus is coming back any 5 seconds. The same thing I was taught when I was a kid, and then taught again when I was a teenager, and taught again when I was an adult, and being told again now that I'm an old motherfucker. Here is the history of Christianity in America.
Have you seen what is going on in Iran? This is prophecy being fulfilled before our eyes. I am 100% convinced, based on my study of the Bible, that the rapture is going to come in my lifetime, and you would agree with me if you knew how to rightly divide.
Saddam Hussein attacked us last month on 9/11. Without a doubt, things are lining up for the Great Tribulation. The Lord could come back at any moment. This is prophecy being fulfilled before our eyes. We must get his weapons of mass destruction before he uses them on Israel.
Be praying for the troops in Operation Desert Storm. Things aren't falling apart. They are falling into place. Things are getting set up for Gog and Magog. There is no way we will make it to Y2K. Jesus will be back before then. I know this based on my study of the Scriptures.
We are definitely living in the last days. The trumpet could blow any day. Satanic activity is prevalent today. Our teenagers are playing with witchcraft and getting demon possessed, playing Dungeons and Dragons. If you play the rock music they listen to backwards, you will hear Annie Cants in Latin summoning demons. That is not entertainment, church. That is an invitation for the devil to move into your home. And when that door is open, he will not come politely. He will come roaring. When you look at all that is going on in the world right now with the communists over in Russia and the sexual revolution in our country, we know that there is no way the rapture isn't going to come before 1988, and it will probably be even sooner than that.
Just a few years ago, we got to see the budding of the fig tree with the rebirth of the nation of Israel. We are the final generation before the coming of Christ. We might even be in the final months. I'm not going to set a date.
The Bible prophesied of World War II when it said nation would rise against nation. I believe the man with the little mustache is going to confirm a 7-year covenant with men any day now, which means we'll be out of here any time now.
As our nation fights in this civil war, don't be discouraged. This was prophesied in Matthew 10, verse 21. It says, brother shall deliver up the brother to death. We are seeing the Bible fulfilled before our eyes. Reading the Bible is like reading tomorrow's newspaper.
Over in Rome, they just formed the Catholic Church and appointed the first pope. This is, without a doubt, the falling away of 2 Thessalonians 2. Without a doubt, we are the final generation that will get to experience the rapture of the church.
And they'll be doing this forever, folks. They'll be doing 2030, 2040, 2050. Never ending, never fucking ending. The con, I guess, it's the grift that keeps on giving. So why the fuck not? Long as idiots fall for it. And that is my religious bullshit for this evening, folks. And who loves overtime? 15 minutes into overtime. We got one more section left before we can do after party. So if you love overtime, reward me for overtime super chats. But now, gonna finish you guys off with a happy ending. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. I give you Beyond Parody. Beyond the Parody. And you guys know who's really good at predicting shit? Not me, super genius Dave Rubin. Let's look back in time and listen to one of the predictions that Dave Rubin made just a few months ago.
So allow me to make a prediction here in my prediction stuff. I'm not polymarket, I'm not call sheet, but I'm pretty good at predictions. And my prediction here is that everything that the media is now going to say about Iran's going to close the Strait of Hormuz and energy prices are going to go crazy and all these, none of this is going to come to pass. That isn't to say there won't be a little bumps here and there in the market, and it's not to say one random thing, you know, bad thing might happen to a ship or something like that. But Iran has basically, their military has basically been decimated. So they can keep doing PR stunts and having the second general of the fourth command of the third wing of the Iranian army show up on MSNBC. They can keep do that and make his threats and say, we're going to let things through.
That's how you make the big bucks. You just say bullshit all the fucking time and are never held accountable for it. And then this one, let's check out and see what's going on in Florida. Dude, I guess his hood popped up and he wants to drive, or is it a grandma? I was like, dude, I guess he got a mustache, trying to look through the crack and drive to the next intersection. I guess he ain't strong enough to fix that himself. He's like, this is fine. This is fine. The air is good for the engine anyway. And then one more, speaking of Florida, Florida bill to ban marriage between first cousin fails. Yeah, of course, it's Florida. What do you think was going to happen? Florida's the only state that Mississippi's thankful for. I mean, in Mississippi, everybody knows second cousins don't count. No, but first ones, that's just gross. Date outside your gene pool, Florida. And then I got a couple more, I guess, don't I? What is this one? Oh, yeah. Did you guys hear about the Cuban Trump supporter who got a Trump tattoo that just got deported? Ha ha! Love it. Hey, I'm usually not for rounding up the Browns, but in this case, I'll allow it. And I got one more. People waiting on this one. People was asking for it. Did you guys see Alex Jones over on Bald Tim Pool show? I don't think Alex Jones is taking Donald Trump bombing Iran too well. Seems like he's a little sad about it. Seems like he might be in the sauce a little too much. Here's Alex Jones, clearly drunk as shit on Bald Tim Pool.
Come back. I'm gonna come back.
Come back whenever you want.
Alex Jones. Awesome.
Couple weeks.
Come back. I'm gonna come back.
Come back whenever you want.
Alex Jones. Awesome.
Couple weeks.
Different. Southwest.
We're not here for it, but we're here during it. You know, one of the reasons I came down here is I was going to be playing poker at the lodge, and then the state shut them down. I'm pissed about it.
What's weird was I texted you a week ago. Somebody texted me and said, hey, Tim's here, come on the show. I'm like, am I supposed to be on your show? Like, I don't know, but play poker. But
yeah. Well, we want to do a poker game with you and a few other people. Not so much about poker, but about having fun, goofing off, and I think it'd be really fun to play a game.
I'm ready. I'm ready. But don't follow me at Real Life Shows on X. Infowars.com. We're getting shut down. We beat so many attacks. But finally, we're shutting down like the middle of next month.
Wow.
It's going to be insane what happens. People can, you know.
Yeah. So this
fake
is
receiverships, the fake auctions, all of it's happening right now.
So what are you going to do? You're launching a new thing, or what are you doing?
I ain't launching this now. We're going to be fine.
All right. Well, are you leaving? Is that why you're saying all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am exhausted.
Well, it was good to have you.
Oh, this is 4 a.m.
Mispronounced the word drunk.
For me.
You were drunk as shit.
Not on this table.
None of this? Yeah.
Maybe
no.
next time.
These things are probably like
Yeah,
$20.
it's really not going to withstand anybody.
Oh, no, these are okay.
All right, enough that, folks. That's it. That's my show. We did it. Woo! Fuck yeah. Another successful episode of the world's finest one-man program, The Dusty Show. I'm going to read some Super Chats. I'm going to read some PayPals, and then we got an after party coming up. Got some good stuff for you. Going to walk you guys through a tutorial on how I'm doing my little anime show. But before we go, I got to read some Super Chats. Folks, if you build up, do me a favor. Patreon.com/podcast. Link in the description of this video. Please chip in a couple bucks. Help me stay in business. Help me feed my cats. I don't know if you guys seen any kitty porn. We have a little gray cat, horny as shit. She's probably fucking all over the place behind me. I don't know. But help me out if you can. I appreciate it. If you build up, please leave comments. Please hit the like button. And please, most importantly, I'm trying to get the numbers up. Please share the videos with your friend. Word of mouth is the only way I'm going to be able to get the show growing. So please share the videos and tell your friends on your social media. Vintage Dusty, love it. People ask me all the time, why are you so angry? Because I'm paying attention. You seem like an angry person. I don't get it. You and I get it. I'm actually not really that angry. I'm only angry when I'm doing the show and talking about this stuff. But generally, I'm incredibly fucking chill. That's what people will say when they meet me in real life. They're like, damn, you're like almost comatose. I don't even talk a lot in real life. It's weird. Because you, my number one philosopher, broadcaster, comedian, co-leader, virtual boyfriend, digital pirate, and historian in the known universe and beyond. Hell yeah, you have chosen wisely. Spooky action. 1111, thank you. Buy me a Coke. Alvin, Simon, Theodore, do. It's not PBS, not CBS on the funding, by the way. It's PBS, not CBS on funding. Did I say CBS? Yeah, whatever. I'm dumb. Thank you. Oh, it's Jeff Moore. Thank you, Jeff. What up? Jeff came by today and gave me some cat treats for the cats. Appreciate you, Jeff. Mwah. Good to see you. Your patron took my money, so Super Chat is away. Yeah, either well, patron takes less, PayPal takes even less, but any way you can donate is good. It all gets to me, and it's all appreciated. Thank you. I've been neglecting the show lately. All right, I'll watch that. Let me load up some PayPal real quick. Then we're going to play a song and get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Go over here. PayPal. Hopefully no granny porn popped up. I usually try to hide that better. And at the party, we got some Palestinian Broadcasting Network. You guys seem to love that. That guy walking around asking people if they're America first or Israel first. Nobody wants to answer that question. And some other fun stuff planned. So either way you're taking to the after party, get it now, because that's coming up fucking next. And we got John Hopkins gave me $25. Thank you, John. A-Born Typical gave me $22. Thank you, A-Born Typical. I appreciate you. John Hummich gave me $5. Thank you, John. Laura gave me 10. Thank you, Laura. Lisa Ashburn gave me 10. And Brian Ash gave me 50. That was on the 12th. That was a long time ago. All right. Not very many. Not many. PayPal's a great way to support the show, guys. So if you want to help me out on PayPal. That's a good way to do it. And let me Super Chats. There we go. Super Chats. Aim your phone at the QR code. Help out the world's greatest show. Folks, I will be back Monday. It's only a week and away. Another episode of the world's greatest show coming at you. I'm going to try to do 3 shows a week. Until then, after party coming up next, we're going to play a song. The song is Jesus Christ. I'm feeling that tonight. An original song by Dusty Smith available on my channel. Who wants it?
Let's balance the books.
Anybody?
I came barefoot. Y'all came branded. Grace got docked. Degree got landed.
The only one.
Parables, you ran with parodies. Turned up rooms to upper salaries. I heal for free.
Anybody?
You charge a fee. Nazareth love to a VIP. Love thy neighbor. Let's go for more. You baptize power. This on my quote. I broke bread, not workers. Batch cross one man. Super packs and faith. These feelings feel alive.
Monday. After show coming up next.
I'm not your clique, not your brand. Brought the kingdom, not a pledge of land. Woo! Jesus Christ. I said love, you said love, you crave applause. I hear what's wrong. Jesus Christ. Not logos, like not likes. Bless the poor, not pundit mic. Say who still slice through your spin. Say the name. Jesus Christ. Be the tools turned into gratitude. Ballroom hymns and platitudes. You bless the rifle, band to read. Gate the table, start the need. Magi brought gifts, not MAGA hats. You crown the ball, 10 call it facts. I wash feet, you polish seats, then build a sick for pep sweets. Render Caesar, ain't rent me out. Stop forging halos. Out of cloud of true cause boats in Sunday suits. Pictures, I'll bring the roots. Pictures, I'll bring the roots. Jesus Christ. I'm not your clique, not your brand. Flip your temple, free this land. Jesus Christ. I said love, you said love. Drafted my words for culture war. Jesus Christ. Not logos, like, not likes. I lift the leash, you lift the price. Say who keeps breaking party lines? Say it loud. Jesus Christ. Blessed are the hungry, feed them. Hey. Blessed are the strangers, greet them. Hey. Blessed are the prisoners, free them. Hey. Blessed are the sick, treat them. If greed meets greed to keep the lights, kill the stage, ignite the night. Evangelism or brangelism. Check your invoices. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! No mascot crown, no pay to pray. Like the news, don't build by day. Jesus Christ! I said love, you said like I walk with wounds, you walk with height. Jesus! If grace has gates, you miss the gist. The kingdom flips the powerless. Say, who still calls your bluff on side one more time? Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ! Switch over now! Good night, everybody.